Welcome back to Poll for Initiative, the tabletop role-playing stream where the audience influences the story. I, of course, am Ben, or Benjamin, it's as I'm known on the internet. And with me, I have your Dungeon Master, Seth, otherwise known as NB Banshee, who will be serving as your Dungeon Master today. Got it, I mixed it up. Whatever, they're your Dungeon Master, them! Blame them! It's their fault!
A lot happened there. Okay, anyway, we're live. It's fine. Hello, friends. Let's play Dungeons & Dragons. How about that? How about we play Dungeons & Dragons? Should we do that? Maybe that'll fix things.
Sure. Maybe we'll fix it through the power of friendship.
Maybe. That'd be great if that could happen. I'd really enjoy that. So, for our friends that were maybe not here last episode or who maybe just need a little refresher, let's do a little bit of a recap, shall we? Do you think we should? Just a little bit of a recap? I think
maybe.
so. So, last episode, off to a really fun start, in the middle of combat, for sure. You fought a couple of jawbreakers, a couple of funny little guys with candy weapons who were certainly trying to harm you grievously. You kicked their butts, though.
To be clear, we're talking about a type of clown, not
Correct.
a candy. Just so everyone understands. I wasn't fist fighting with a large, hard candy.
They did explode into confetti after you murdered them.
Jawbreakers also don't tend to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and
when's the last time you had a
correct you on that.
jawbreaker? Because for me, it's been years.
Not that long ago.
What?
A couple years ago.
It's been certainly over 10 years for me. I haven't had a jawbreaker since I was probably 12.
Ed and Eddie would not be pleased to hear that.
Well,
how dare you?
That's tragic for them. Anyway, after you fought
I always thought Double D, by the way, was a girl,
Me
and
too.
I really had a crush on him.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Double D, a man. Really unfortunate. I mean, they use he, him pronouns, but the way they're so feminine with it, I feel like non-binary vibes.
To be clear, this was the 2000s. We didn't really have great language for non-binary, so like that theory is entirely plausible. Anyway,
as someone who is non-binary, I feel like my clock is pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, also, yeah, happy Trans Day of Visibility. Shouts out to Ailstain and also, I guess, Double D from Ed and Eddie.
We are observing you. You are being perceived. If you are in this chat, I hope you understand the cameras can see you.
Fantastic. I'm on camera, so unfortunately I am being perceived. But I'm mentally perceiving all of you. Anyways, after you fought the Jawbreakers, you separated from your party, and you met up with Stella, the doctor who you met your very first day. Or the very first person you met and interacted with in this fucking carnival. You delivered to her a package that Locke had sort of sent you as a little test to show that he could trust you. Sent her a little package without opening it. You delivered that, and then had a pretty productive conversation.
I feel like that experience is not all that uncommon for Ailstain. I feel like, having like done crime since he was a child, he probably has had people do that exact shit to him before.
Yeah.
So like it happens and he's just like, all right, it's one of those.
Probably. You know, not an uncommon way to like show that you can trust someone. You're like, hey, don't open this box. And then you don't. And you're like, all right, you're pretty chill about it, I guess. Good job. You then had a pretty productive conversation with Stella about clown corruption. You learned a bit more about the intricacies of it, sort of what it does, who it affects most, and her cure and potentially stronger cure with your blood hunter knowledge of mutagens. So pretty good conversation there. You then returned to the Lost and Found, where you discovered your friend Boot had been in the back room the whole time, suffering from clown corruption. But fortunately, Stella was there and was able to cure him, though he did not wake up as he is still recovering.
Please tell me that Boot is still very short, even though he's 17 now. I hope he is still very short.
Very similar. Like, maybe, yeah, he had a growth spurt and it was about an inch, right?
That boy is never allowed to get tall.
No. That he's still...
he's my son.
Yeah, he's
Your Honor, that's my son.
How tall would you say he was? Like...
When he was like a little kid?
Well,
when he was like
the last time
6?
Ailsane saw him. So like...
well, if he would be 11, I guess.
Probably like...
I don't know, like...
3 feet?
Yeah, probably like 3 feet tall.
Yeah, so he's definitely like 3'1", 3'2" now. And you know that he is gonna be really like, I'm 3'1" now, you know? He's like, I've grown up, I'm 3'1", you know, things are changing.
I'm not 3 foot tall.
No, I'm 3'1".
How dare you?
The 1 is so important and it makes such a difference. It would be really funny if it was 3'1.5", so now it's 3'1.5", and the half is really important to him. Which you don't know because you haven't spoken to him yet, but just know. It is.
Oh, I think he won't be surprised. I think he'll I think he'll say that to Ailsane and he'll be like, there's the Boot I know and love.
Fantastic. And then after that, Locke and Stella both kind of encourage you to go to just outside the souvenir shop and meet somebody called the Toy Maker, who they both have expressed were somebody of importance if you were wanting and truly honest and set on wanting to escape the Revelia, which no one has ever done before. So,
to be clear, by the way, we're not just escaping. I am dead set on killing Hecna.
Fantastic.
I think it'd be really funny to kill the clown.
Fantastic.
We're strictly anti-clown in this stream.
Well,
first season of Pull for Initiative, very pro-clown. Second season, anti-clown.
Oh my god.
The duality of man.
Second season? Oh, because Bedlam. I understand. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So yeah, that is where we left off. You had just sort of laid eyes on the Toy Maker at their table outside of the souvenir shop. However, before we return there, as always, we will take a little foray into the past. And today's is quite fitting, I think. Let us go there now. If the music cuts out and no one else can hear it but me, I might lose my mind. Just letting you know. So, we pan down.
Stream got choppy for a second, but I think it's that. Oh, uh-oh.
Oh, can you not hear the music at all? It is really quiet. Maybe I'll turn it up a little bit.
I hear it, but...
Well, it's about to change songs, so let me change the song and then turn it up.
Oh my god, today is the day of technical difficulties.
Truly. I mean, what else is new? It wouldn't be a fucking Pull for Initiative stream if something technical didn't go wrong. Okay. I turned it up. If you can't hear it, that's your own damn fault. There's nothing I can do about it.
I'm starting to think it might be your computer.
I need a new computer.
Right,
I truly, I don't know what to tell you. I need a new one, but I don't have any money, so there's nothing I can do about that. So sorry.
All good.
We pan down. It is nighttime in Dragonhold. We are on an upper rampart of the fortress, looking down into the courtyard below, where there is a little party happening. We see kids from several different orders kind of gathering. A bonfire is lit. There are some lights about, a little bit of food, lots of people mingling together. But we are separate from that. Instead of one with the group being a part of this gathering, we are observing it from afar through the eyes of one who is, I think, prone to perching, to observing. We see Gale sort of in her perched stance, just watching the courtyard below. It is dark in this sort of rampart. And it seems that Gale is alone. But then, without turning her back, without looking away from the scene below, she says, "You managed to sneak away without any of them noticing. Impressive."
Ailstain's like Skyrim style, crouched directly behind her, like hands out, and then he just slowly stands up and he says, "Well, no one but you, I guess. I could have sworn I was being silent. How'd you hear me?"
You see that she kind of briefly looks at you. Oh, just the slightest tilt of her head. She says, "You were, but sound waves from outside echo a little different when there's two people in here. Impossible to cover that up."
He stares at her for a few seconds and then he says, "Anyone else, I'd assume they were fucking with me. But somehow I don't think you're capable of lying like that."
You see that she kind of is like, "No reason for me to lie. We're allies."
I think he walks forward to stand next to her while she's like perched up, like ruffles her hair a little bit, and he says, "Nah, we're friends, you weird little freak. Speaking of which, why ain't you down there with everyone? Look, I know Grayson's a tool, so you don't gotta celebrate for his birthday's sake, but Castro gave us the afternoon. At least get a little grub. The stew's actually not half bad, you know."
See that she returns her gaze to the crowd. She says, "I don't enjoy socializing with large groups."
I guess that's fair. I didn't know you was shy, though.
Shy is not the correct word. It is difficult to read group dynamics while close up. But when observing them from afar, it is much easier to pick up on details. I learn better by watching.
I think he then sits down next to her and like dangles his feet over the ramparts. And he says, "All right, then hit me. What have you learned, Doc?"
She kind of like looks at you out of the corner of her eye. She says, "Grayson seems to be suffering mild gastrointestinal discomfort, but is attempting to hide it. He cares a lot that people believe he is strong."
"Oh, Grayson fronting how strong he is. You don't say. I don't know, Doc. That seems a little far-fetched."
You see she fully turns to face you, and kind of squints.
She ferns to tase him. She tases. Ailstain, no! He falls off the ramparts and dies.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go. She kind of squints at you and she says, I see. You are being sarcastic again. You should speak genuinely more. It would be less confusing.
What, and take away all the challenge for you figuring out how I think? I'd never disrespect you like that, Gale.
She turns her attention back to the courtyard. Noticeably, we see Amber looking around, presumably for Ailstain, before she catches a glimpse of the two of you in the sort of tower in the rampart, and sort of like gives you a little head nod.
He waves back.
Gale says, it appears they have noticed you're missing. You should head back now.
Nah, Amber will live. And hell, Grayson might have a better birthday without me around.
She considers that. And after a long pause that maybe seems like she isn't going to respond, she says, he doesn't dislike you. I think he just envies you. You're younger than him, but Kestrel has you two spar daily now. He has formal sword training as a lord's son, but still struggles with his fears in real combat with monsters. He's mad that you don't have the same innate hesitations when dealing with monsters.
Whoa. How the hell are you figuring all that?
As I said, figuring people out is much easier when you observe them instead of talking to them. She kind of looks at you again. Some people don't mean what they say. And you see she turns back and pointedly looks at Grayson in the courtyard and says, and some people can't bring themselves to say what they mean. And we leave before we can hear Ailstain's response, if there was one. The end of the birthday party. All those things sort of fade into the background. And we return to the present day. Back in this carnival where he may never see his friends again.
Well, that's not true. He saw one of them.
Well, you saw.
You're like, is that really Boot?
You saw him. So, we left off right as you had met the toy maker.
I just want to say, by the way, I wrote that intro like so long ago, and I'm so glad we finally got to get to that fire ass line, dude. Anyway.
So you had just stepped up to the toy maker's table. Again, you see the sort of animatronic, multi-armed being with their wood and metal body painted purple and gold, their face of rotating masks made of plethora of different materials and colors carved into different expressions. The marionette that they have created to translate for them, as they cannot speak. Stefano, a little marionette boy in a starched sailor's outfit with a little white hat. we see the toy maker's head has stopped on a beaten copper mask carved into a grin. And as you approach, we see their four.
Stefano. Stefano was the one sitting on the counter that was for sale, right?
No, he's not for sale. He's just
there was
sitting
something for sale.
Yes, okay. There's a table of like all the little things that the toy maker has created. There's like little.
Okay, yes.
Those
are for sale. No marionettes are for sale.
No, there are. Yes.
I think you brought up the marionette and then also the for sale sign like within the same sentence, and my brain was like, oh, the marionette is for sale.
No. You see that they are sort of working on a little like toy. There's a lot of like wind up toys and little like carved wooden like figurines and a lot of essentially every handmade little like trinket is being sold here. And as you approached, you see the 4 mechanical arms rearrange and the fingers sign in a sign language that you don't recognize and have never seen before. And you see that the marionette translates, saying, "Welcome to the Revelia. I am the toy maker, and this is my assistant and interpreter, Stefano. Please peruse at your leisure."
Just for chat's sake, because they love their weird little guys, how old would you say the toy maker is? Is the toy maker an adult?
The toy maker is an automaton.
Okay. Would it be normal for them to want to kiss the toy maker is what I'm asking.
They are crafted at a tall height with several different faces. They're barrel chested. Their chest is literally made of barrels with different drawers. They have no concept of gender or age.
Okay. None of that answers my question. These people kiss monsters.
I don't know what to tell you. It's an automaton. It's not a child, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I think that means it's okay, chat.
Now all the marionettes look like children.
Okay.
But
this one doesn't.
The toy maker is like a full. I'm pretty sure they're like 7 foot tall. They're very large.
Okay, yeah. So I think the toy maker is fair game if you boys want to kiss the toy maker. That's listen. I found that out for you boys. Okay. Don't say I never did nothing for you.
Yeah. So that is what you see.
It's asking for himself. Actually, he's just using chat as an excuse. No, you cannot listen. You can't accuse me of things like this when I have openly done a monster fucker hear me out list. Okay, like I very openly will share with you the monsters that I want to fuck. Okay.
We did have a whole. Oh, I think you showed them your slide of like hear me out that we did for our slideshow party. Anyway, irrelevant. We're playing D&D. Stop talking about other stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I'm just saying, you can't accuse me of sins when I tell you all my sins up front. Okay. Anyway, I think Ailstay walks up. The Stefano gives that whole spiel, and he says, oh wow, this is fucking weird. He's gonna be talking to the toy maker through Stefano. I don't know what he says. I don't know what I was expecting. I thought there was gonna be more people. I thought it was gonna be harder to talk to the toy maker.
There are people sort of milling about in the streets behind you, but this table is sort of purposefully pushed back into the alleyway next to the souvenir shop, so it's purposefully like out of the way.
He says, how's it going? Name's Ailstein. Friend of mine told me I should come talk to you.
You see the hands move, and Stefano says, "Welcome, Ailstain. Is there something I might assist you with?"
Yeah. Although, it's a bit of a sensitive matter.
Go on.
It says, the kind of sensitive matter you don't want a bunch of people overhearing.
You see that the toy maker's head sort of tilts. Their mask sort of rotates between a few and lands on one with sort of an inquisitive expression.
Can I so he knows that the toy maker was apparently the person who knows about people who want to fucking kill Hecna, right?
Yes.
Can I do a minor illusion only has a somatic component? Can I like try to like do a subtle minor illusion that only the toy maker can see?
Sure. What are you attempting to make them see?
I want to draw a little outline of just like a little clown that looks like Hecna, and I want the head to like pop off and the eyes to turn into X's.
Okay. Yeah. You go ahead and cast that spell. You see that the toy maker watches the illusion, and its face stays on it, like that it turns a bit like it's going to move away from the inquisitive one, but then rotates back and decides to stay there. And you see they say, "Who sent you?"
I want to very quietly say Locke.
You see they nod. And they say, well, they sign, and you hear Stefano say, "An interesting notion."
Oh, that's the whole thought.
Well, I'm trying to think too. Having a conversation as someone else is not as easy as you would think. You see that they sort of tap their many fingers on the desk. And you see that they sort of like, they briefly shift to a face that is a sad expression with like a teardrop shape. And then back to their sort of like inquisitive face. And you see they say, "I am assuming you hope for escape."
He nods.
You see that their face rotates between a few different emotions rapidly, and then settle on one that is sort of not sad like the crying, but a little more like forlorn, like downtrodden. And you see they say, "I've seen so many like you. Desperate, hopeful, full of ideas on how to leave. I have not seen a single one of them succeed. You should just forget it. You'll give yourself over to Hecna sooner or later. They all do."
You know, people keep telling me that. And yet, it ain't happened yet.
They say, "But you have only just arrived."
He says, "Look, pal, if it kills me, fine, it kills me. If it kills me and the fucker brings me back, it's some horrid abomination and it kills me again, maybe that happens too. Let me be very clear about one thing. And he takes a step closer to the table and puts a hand on it and he says, that fucker, he ain't ever getting this. And he taps on his head. Says, that's mine.
You see that they say, hope is dangerous in this place. It has been the downfall of many. Why? What makes you different?
I kill monsters.
You see that their face shifts to one of... It's sort of got like a squinted like demeanor to it, like an assessing sort of countenance. And then it shifts back to that very first sort of beaten copper like grin. And you see they say, we've just met, and I have no accurate count of your measure. I still believe most people, yourself included, will succumb to this place, but in the case you are different, on the small chance you are different, there is something I'll pay you to do.
Well, now you're talking my language.
You see that they like mimic laughter. Like their body kind of like moves in the way your body would if you laugh, though there is no sound. And Stefano like chuckles a little bit, but it doesn't sound like he's interpreting. It just sounds like Stefano himself is like laughing a little bit. And you see that they say there's a person here whom I will pay you to deliver something to. Have you met the clown known as Pinky?
Oh, yeah. I ran into her. Her fucking map friend is, well, he's an acquired taste, that's for sure, and I don't think I'm ever gonna acquire that taste.
You see that it moves to one of, like, laughter, and then moves back to the grin. And it says, like, the map is an issue. One that will be solved. You see that they pull out a little token. It is a small metal disc with like this sort of odd symbol scratched into it. And you see that they say, I will pay you to deliver this to Pinky. I believe currently they are in the Jamboree, likely by the ticket booth, as it is their job to greet new revelers.
Says, just for my own sanity's sake, though, this isn't like another test thing, is it? The disc isn't gonna like secretly say test on it or something.
You see their face shifts to one of like inquisition with like kind of an eyebrow raise, and then back to the grin, and they say, no, it is of importance. I know not.
Okay, I'm just because like if I did this like multiple times over and over again, I think that actually might drive me crazy. You know, heck, there's never gonna be able to, but that might drive me crazy.
As you look at this symbol, give me a... Well, I guess you don't really need to check. I'll say while you're looking at it, you're like thinking back to the last like few hours you've been here. You realize you've seen symbols like this carved in like kind of inconspicuous places around the Revelia, like on the bottom of a flagpole out of sight, or like on the side of a building, on the side, I think there was one on Locke's wagon.
Oh my god.
But
we're finding the fucking the goddamn the hidden network of spies, dude. We've been here a day and we've already stumbled upon the network of spies.
And you never really paid much attention to it, but while you're looking at it now, you're like, maybe that's something. And the toy maker claims not to know what the symbol means. But they say...
Insight check.
Okay, give me an insight check.
14.
Yeah. Oh, they're lying.
Okay.
They're lying.
So they know what it means.
They know what it means. But they tell you that they don't know what it means. But they say like, I will pay you. Let me just double check. Yeah, they say like, give this to Pinky. And then, return to the lost and found. Return to Locke once you have accomplished this. And you see that they say, and the important part is this: I would like to know what their response is, anything that they say when you give them the token. I am interested in this information. Return to
So they're
Locke.
trying to suss out if Pinky is still willing to fight.
You see they say, return to Locke, and he will pay you 25 red tickets.
He nods and he says, right before he leaves, he says, sure, I'll do the job. I'll be back in a jiffy.
Oh, I was gonna say, they mention there's no rush. They say like, when you have a chance, like give this to Pinky.
Oh no, I mean, my very next thing was to go talk to Pinky.
Oh, fantastic. You see that the toy maker kind of looks you over, and you see that they say like, you look a little worse for wear. Perhaps you should get some rest.
He's at 28 health. He's at full health.
I mean, just looking at your party.
We're all at full health. Well, Neve's not. Didn't Neve rest though? Why doesn't Neve have full health?
Neve expended most of her die, but didn't get back to full.
I just feel like she's gonna fucking turn into a clown by the time we fucking nap, you know?
Yeah, it's up to you. That's just what they say. They just say like, you look a little worse for wear. Perhaps you should like go rest, but your prerogative is your own.
Says, how long has she had the and he taps his nose.
You see that they tilt their head and sign a while. But you see that they also say, though they are not in such dire straits as you might think. You have time.
Okay. I'll trust them on that. It's just, I don't know. I feel like we're gonna delay seeing Pinky, and then it's gonna be like, Pinky's a level 2 clown now, and I'm like, no. He shrugs and he says, yeah, sure. Maybe we could do a little bit of rest. Is there anything else we need to do here, or?
There's the souvenir shop right next door if you'd like to take a peek in there. Otherwise,
What do they sell?
it's a souvenir shop. So if you want to know,
So nothing useful.
You're gonna have to go inside. You see, as you're walking by, Ambrose is like, "Well, it couldn't hurt to look inside. I don't know."
Yeah, I guess we can. I think he taps the table and stands up straight, and he says, "But listen, you was asking what made me special, and yeah, I kill monsters, but I also recognize when you're standing up to something this insurmountable, sometimes you need people to stand with you too. Maybe that's what everyone else got wrong." And
Give me a persuasion check.
I mean, he doesn't stick around. He like
but just
stands up and walks.
Just as you say that.
15, I guess.
Okay. You depart. Do you head inside the giant cloud-nosed shaped souvenir shop?
I'm expecting the clown nose to fucking eat us, but yeah, sure.
Fantastic. Let me. Sorry, I think I need.
I'm getting the stinging suspicion there's a character in here that Seth really wants to introduce.
I don't know.
I feel like there's gonna be a really silly, wacky character in here.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's I sensed it. I sensed it in the way Seth was speaking.
So you walk into the souvenir shop.
Mm-hmm.
You see something quite interesting. Before you stands a shop shaped like a giant red balloon or clown nose sort of laying on its side. The neck of the balloon acts as an entryway to the just one room shop. Inside, the walls are like a rubbery red, and it casts this faint red glow over everything in here. The shop is a mess. There are dozens of shelves that are set up in like a zigzag formation and like precariously laden with these like paper masks. There's like stuffed animals. There's like t-shirts and like a bunch of other things you would maybe find in a souvenir shop. Behind the counter is a well, first of all, the counter is covered in graffiti. And behind the counter is a tall figure in a sort of lavish but grubby cloak, like trench coat, and a tall red hat. You see the figure is holding a candy cane in one hand and a knife in the other.
All right.
And you see a third little grubby hand pokes out from the middle of the cloak and grabs some chocolate that's on top of the counter and then pulls it back into the folds of the cloak.
Okay. It's fucking three little guys in a trench coat.
You walk into the shop.
Do you have a picture of this thing? I'm having a hard time imagining it.
I do. I for sure do. But
'Cause I know that-
just before I show you the picture.
Basically, all the characters I think have pictures of themselves, chat. Like, because this is the Heckna campaign is one that you can get online.
Before I show you the picture, let me just briefly explain to you what happens. You walk in, and you see that one of them, you see a voice says, "Hello and welcome to the," and then is briefly interrupted by, "Ow! We had agreed to open with bonjour, not hello." And then you hear, "No, you decided that, Pop. I liked Sup Peeps as the opener. And the other person says, shh. Anyway, welcome to the souvenir shop. Do not repeat. Do not purchase any stuffed animals. Don't you dare. Stop. You stepping on my face.
I think Ailstein immediately turns around and looks at his party. He's like, all right, I think we've seen everything we need to see.
The cloak falls open just a bit. And before you is oh, please. Sorry, my computer's being really slow. Before you is the
Oh.
you see that the child on top says, I am Magnanimo. Welcome to the souvenir shop. Don't purchase any stuffed animals. And you see...
I kick the children in the face. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you see someone, you see the one on the bottom. The trench coat's fallen open, by the way. This is what you're saying. But they're still keeping up the ruse that they're one person. Clearly visible that they are, in fact, 3 little creatures. And you see the one on the bottom says, stop it! And she's like, the one in the middle is like clearly trying to step on her face now. It's kind of just a mess, essentially. Okay. Should we take a look at the shop?
Sure. Although I think immediately upon entering and seeing this thing, I think Ailstein stops in his tracks and just stares at it. His eyebrows go up just a little bit, and he like turns to look at Ambrose, and he's like, "Do you still want to look around?"
You see Ambrose is like, well, just a peek, and just completely ignores whatever's happening with Magnanimo. You see that they have actually stopped paying attention to you and are now fully like fighting each other. So they're kind of distracted with their own thing. Although you do see as Ambrose sort of nears the stuffed animals, all of them stop and are like watching, and then once he passes them, they go back to fighting.
We should buy one of them to take him away from the kids.
Let me pull up the souvenir.
I think
shop.
Ailstein walks up to the stuffed animals and he hovers a hand over them and looks at them to see what they do.
All of them are so mad at you immediately for trying to do this.
He pulls his hand away to see what their reaction is, and then he puts his hand closer again. He like does that a few times to like gauge their reactions.
Yeah, they are like hawks. They really don't want you to purchase the stuffed animals. They want them for themselves. You see that the stuffed animals don't have any effect. They're just stuffed animals of different amalgamations from the petting zoo. And it does say in the description, you feel Magnanimo's gaze upon you as you look at them.
So what you're saying is, if I wanted to steal something, this would be an easy way to get advantage.
They cost 100 red tickets, and I would also like to point that out to you. They made them so expensive. I think I'm lagging so bad. Oh my god.
What?
Why? Is it just on my OBS?
I think you're fine.
Okay. On my OBS, I'm lagging horribly, but I don't know. Maybe it's fine. Anyway. Yeah. So you see that there are stuffed animals. There are paper masks for sale. There are collectible souvenir memorabilia, which are, just a random assortment of items. You see like mugs, plates, teaspoons, bowls, and a lot of other small commemorative items that are all really dirty, really chipped, and none of them seem to have come from the Revelia. All of them depict minor commemorations.
So this is stuff from the outside world that we can buy to then get information from Locke.
Possibly. You see that there's also t-shirts.
Piecing it together.
You see that specifically there are small toys of the pets. You see Snout, and you see the other one, which you have not yet laid eyes upon, but have heard of, the infamous Myrmidon. It is a, it looks like a giant antlion, with, which for people who don't know, is essentially just a giant, like, insectoid creature with, like, luminescent wings and, like, a long, like, tongue. And you see that when you press them, a voice plays, and it says, like, a fact about them.
So it says stock 6. Is that 6 of each or 3 and 3?
3 and 3.
Can we get a free fact by pressing the button?
Yeah, you press the button. Oh god, I should have been more prepared for this. I definitely wrote down what they do. Hold on. Pause. Do something entertaining while I find this.
Hang on.
There's a McDonald's in the Pentagon. I look at the McDonald's in the Pentagon. Yeah, there's not.
Do you press the one on Snout or the one on Myrmidon?
Snout.
You click Snout, and it says, Snout makes you see fun things.
That's not very useful. He presses it again.
It says, Snout was grown from Hector's nose.
We knew that. I press it again.
It says, Snout is covered in fur.
None of these are useful. I press it again.
You see, Snout is the mother of all schnozzlings.
Well, we knew that. Press it again.
Snout lays eggs.
All right, we didn't know that. Are the schnozzlings the eggs? Presses it again.
Schnozzlings are eggs.
Oh, it's almost like it can hear me. Can you hear me? And he presses it again.
I can hear you. No.
Nope, I hate that.
No. It just starts repeating. Those are all the facts it knows.
All right, I'm gonna press the Myrmidon one.
You press Myrmidon. It says, Myrmidon's tongue is friend, not foe.
Ew. Press it again.
It says, there's definitely someone crying in the ball pit.
That's not about. Press it again.
It says, Myrmidon's wings are the color of the rainbow.
I mean,
and
I can
also the
see
ball
that,
pit.
can't I? I press it again.
It says, Myrmidon's shriek is almost as loud as a banshee.
Well, that's unsettling. Press it again.
It just starts repeating.
It could probably deafen you if it's as loud as a banshee. That's good to know.
Well, it said almost as loud as a banshee.
He leans over to Kaz and he says, we gotta get earplugs if we ever fight that thing.
You see Kaz is like, he takes out a little notepad and he just writes down earplugs. You see that this entire time Kaz has just been watching the children fight, and he just like turns to look at you, and you just see like, he's so unhappy to be here. He really doesn't like clowns.
Says, you and me both, brother. Can we get out of here? Is your man done? What is he doing? Where's Ambrose?
You look at Ambrose. Ambrose is...
Neve, where's Ambrose?
You see Neve is like holding up a t-shirt to herself, and it says, I went to the Revelia and all I got was poisoned. And you see, she goes, huh? And you turn around and Ambrose is like, he's got in one hand a stuffed animal that Magnanimo has not yet noticed that he's picked up, and it looks like a monkey, and then a monkey with like 4 arms and like 6 eyes and like 3 tails, and in the other hand he's got a little like token that says,
How did he manage to grab that without them noticing?
they are fully fighting each other. Like what the one with the knife is trying to stab the ones below. And you see that in the other hand he's got a token that says it says like Illinois' 1000th baby born. Congratulations. And he's like, oh, that's interesting.
It's like, all right, I think I've seen enough of this place.
Okay. You see that he goes, huh? Oh, all right. And he sets them down. And all of you depart.
He said, as they're walking out, he's like, look, this was for your own safety. I was like moments away from drop kicking one of those babies. They're just so drop kickable.
You see that Kaz is like, yes. 100%. He says, yeah, absolutely 100%. I hate this place. Have I mentioned that? I hate this place. I hate it here.
Agreed. All right.
Should we go sleep or something? It feels like we've been here for a minute and also 5 years.
I'd prefer if we could pick up Boot and take him with us, but I guess
well,
he's still out, so.
Yeah, you see Amber says, Stella said not to move him. So he's probably safest with Locke for now. But maybe if we secure a safe room, then we could, maybe when he wakes up, he could stay wherever that is.
Yeah. All right. Let's go check out this fucking hostel.
Okay.
But we get jumped in our sleep. I'm blaming you guys.
Fantastic. You make your way to the hostel. It is not very far. It's actually just down the street. Let me pull up what you see. You pull up outside the hostel, and this is the view that you're greeted with. This is what the hostel looks like. You see...
Oh, I hate it.
You see that it was a sign, and it said hostile, and it's been crossed out, and the word hostel has been written.
Surprise, surprise. It's not as safe as everyone was saying.
You see the door. So this is like a house, right? It's like an
Hang on. Pause really quick. I just want to point something out because Lux said it in the chat, and I have to pull you out into the public square right now, Lux. There is no chance in hell I would ever put on a Heckna mask. Masks in D&D have a way of permanently sticking onto your face sometimes.
That's true.
I am not risking that. I'll put it on someone else first and see what happens.
I'm actually going to change.
Anyway, sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm actually going to change the music really quick while we're here, but it's going to be really loud if I don't do this, so I have to briefly move it across the screen. Or wait, maybe I can...
I'm not...
Oop, there we go.
While you do that, I will say that I don't know if that's what that mask would do. It's just there are a lot of magic item masks that do stick to your face. And this whole thing is like a custom campaign, so I'm like, I feel like there is perhaps a hidden curse on this item that I don't know about, and I don't want to find out about the hard way.
It's possible. It's entirely possible. Yeah, so you roll up to the hostel.
Especially because so many fucking people in this place have had masks seemingly permanently attached to their faces. I'm like, I don't know that I want to wear a mask around here.
Oh, poop. All right.
Uh-oh.
All right. I don't think you guys can see that. It's fine. Okay, fantastic. Can everyone hear the music? The music is good. We could all hear it.
I can hear it.
Okay. That's what's important.
Yeah. You guys don't get to hear it. Sorry.
Actually, I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. Yeah, that seems good. Okay. What did I do?
Are you good?
Everyone, look away!
There I am.
Look away!
There I am.
What am
I see myself.
Ah!
Help me!
Ah!
Oh my God, J-Vic! 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 J-Vic!
I just want to say, I don't know what just happened. I do just want to say I have no idea what just happened. That was so scary. I'm really sorry if I yelled. I just blacked out.
Surprise gay men on your screens, everyone.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, I think every time you switch scenes, your OBS lags a little bit, but then you're good.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, then it's gonna lag. We're about to change scenes a lot, unfortunately. So you roll
Okay,
up.
that's fine.
You roll up to the hostel. You see that this is a 2-story inn, and it's made of this like mismatched wood. It seems very hastily constructed to form a sort of narrow building that leans ever so slightly to the right. You see embedded on the building's facade are windows of various shapes and sizes. You see that the door is hot pink and covered in half-eaten candy and gum. And you see a record of thousands upon thousands of revelers sticking their gum to the peeling wood.
Oh, it's the Seattle gum wall.
You see above the door is a flickering neon sign illuminating only the me in the word welcome. And to the left of the building is a wooden sign reading hostile in large red letters. There's a line through the word and the hostel has been hastily scrawled beneath it. The door is slightly ajar and you hear the faint sounds of shouting and commotion that kind of spill from the door.
I think he kind of leans toward the rest of the party, and Elston's just like, you know, I'm not completely against the idea of just like sleeping in the streets or something.
You see that they say, you see Kaz says, Locke said the only safe place to sleep was here. And I don't know about you, but he's like the only trustworthy person that we've met. So.
I mean, he was definitely being sarcastic.
Well, Kaz, that went over his head, so.
He says, all right, noted. We gotta teach you what sarcasm is. All right, let's get inside. Come on.
Fantastic. Let us switch scenes.
Ailstein's just surrounded by autistic people who don't understand sarcasm.
Correct. You step into a dimly lit lobby. If you scroll, I don't know if you understand, but you need to scroll down because it's been blocked out. Okay, fantastic. Into a dimly lit lobby that is lit by sconces turned to their lowest setting. You see the purple velvet carpeted floor is covered in smashed candy and remnants of costumes left behind by former residents. You see behind the wooden counter You see behind the wooden counter
oh God.
is a marionette. with a ceramic white face and short dark hair that sort of curls under her chin. You see that she is clutching her head and crying. She's going, please make it stop. I can't take it any more guests until you make it stop. And you hear shrieking and howling echoing from somewhere in the hotel of, it's muffled, but you hear like, help, I can't get out of here. And you see she is like just in a panic. She's like, please make it stop. I don't, please make it stop. Let me put you on the map.
We can never just go somewhere and have people be cool, can we?
You see Kaz shakes his head. He says no. He seems like no. Oh, oops.
What is it about us? Why do we always like attract the weirdos?
You see Neve completely nonplussed by this is like, well, I think it's your countenance, Ilstain. Something about you attracts weirdos. Is that something that you don't know about yourself?
I gotta change something about myself immediately.
I've
never hated who I am more than right now, this very moment.
Oh my god. All right. So, the 4 of you enter into the hostel. Let me zoom you in a bit more. And you see as you walk in, she turns to you, her eyes wide, and she says, oh, hello, welcome to the hostel. What's your name? Did I already ask you what your name was? I'll write it down this time. Can you spell it for me?
He says, Ghost Man the Ghost Slayer. Here you got ghosts?
You see she says, oh, yes, we do. Do you need a job? I could really use some help around here. You see she says, my name is, oh, where are my manners? My name is Ramona Ramble-Rumper, and I run the hostel. You know how to slay ghosts? Please help me. This place is super haunted, and I need your help.
Says, yeah, we were contracted by Heckna to deal with the ghosts. You like that guy, right? You like Heckna? You like him? He like squints at her. He's like, you like Heckna, right?
You see that her eyes get really wide, and she says, Heckna sent you? Things are all under control here. We have 5-star reviews. There aren't any ghosts, actually.
Okay. I'm picking up that you don't like Heckna. Is that?
Oh no,
is that the vibe?
No. Who said that? We love Heckna here. We love him.
I look around for a poster.
There's a poster in this room.
It says, he looks at her and looks at the poster, as she's like reacting, and like sees if she's looking at it.
Yeah, she looks directly into the poster and says, "We love Heckna in this."
Where's
hostel.
the poster?
It is like, oh, actually, I think I have a better picture of what this place looks like. And it might have the exact. Where the fuck is it? Oh, there it is. There's like an illustrated picture of what the lobby looks like.
Oh.
No, I don't think it shows the poster, but I'll still show it to you.
Is it like, I'm just curious which wall it's on. Is it like by her? Is it on the opposite wall? Like where is it relative to her?
I'm gonna say, yeah, it's like right here next to her.
He stands directly facing her, so that the poster can't see like anything in front of his chest, and he minor illusions some words over his chest, and it says, Hecna can huff my farts.
You see that she is like giving you a really strange smile, and her eye like twitches, and she says, do you need a room? How can I help you?
He minor illusions again, and is just like, relax. I wasn't actually sent by Hecna. I'm saving face.
She goes, we need help. We need help here. Can you kill ghosts? Can you help me? Please? Please? I'll give you a discount.
Maybe.
Listen. You find the ghost, and you hear somewhere in the hotel, help! She goes, I'll give you a discounted room rate. How does that sound? And maybe I'll pay you rent tickets on top of that or something. Please get rid of the ghost. Please get rid of the ghost.
He leans on the counter and he says, well, you see, we don't got a lot of red tickets to spare, so we were kind of hoping for a free room.
You see that she kind of squints at you. And she says, well, the standard rooms are usually 4 tickets, and the suite is 8. But... okay.
What's the difference?
Huh?
What's the difference between those two? Is one just bigger?
She says, oh, yeah, the suite is, well, it's, well, I forget about the suite. Sometimes. We charge more for that room because our guests don't like it. It's barely used, actually. We ran out of Hecna's lovely posters. And it makes most people uncomfortable to be away from one for too long, so I think. Anyway, no one wants to pay for it when there's so many other rooms to choose from. Every room has a different theme. So...
I personally, I'm such a huge fan of Hecna. He's like looking at her and rolling his eyes while he says this. He says, I'm such a huge fan of Hecna. I actually kind of always have him in my heart. So honestly, I don't necessarily need a poster. I have his visage perfectly in my mind at all times. So honestly, that don't scare me off. If it's a bigger room, we'll take it.
You see that she kind of taps her finger on her chin and she says, okay, how about this? You can stay for 3 nights for free, and all future stays 50% discount if you can make the noise stop.
He taps the counter and he says, now that's a deal I'll take. She
nods and she says, okay, if you need to rest in the lobby before you go deal with the noise, you're more than welcome to. If you have any questions, please ask them. I know lots of stuff about this hostel. I was made specifically to care for it. When you're ready to go looking for the noise, please let me know, and I will give you the keys to each of the rooms so you can investigate, and I don't have to because I've got a hostel to run.
Honestly, unless we do a long rest, which I don't know why we would rest for 8 hours in the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
I think we don't necessarily need a rest.
Okay. Some other things
because we've already short rested.
Yeah. Some other things that you note are the lobby is pretty small and dark. You see the rug is like stained on the floor. The front desk is this like low wood-topped surface with like lacquered red. The wall in the picture, as you can see, the wall behind the desk is lined with cubby holes. And you see that behind a curtain, which you cannot see currently. Actually, let me take this away so you can see it. Behind this red curtain here, kind of peeking behind it, you see a long hallway with doors, and then a staircase at the very end of the hall. You see that she besides her, there are like 1 or 2 other marionettes that are sort of running around with people's luggage, and all of them look in sort of disrepair. Ramona as well. They look like chipped. Their paint is kind of peeling a little bit. Her porcelain face is like slightly cracked. Like they could use some repair in here. And she is entirely stressed out. And you see that, yeah, despite her doll-like appearance, she is very exasperated and panicked. So yes, she says, okay, she says, okay, well, if you're gonna go investigate the noise, let me give you the keys to all the rooms. Each room is different. We're a really, really cool and special hostel. Every room has a different theme to it, so every door has a different key, a different way to get in. And she gives you, she brings out this box, and inside it looks like an assortment of junk. And it doesn't look like it, none of them look related. All of them are just like shit that doesn't look important. And she's like, these are the keys. Let's see. So she lets you know that
it's like this place is designed to give me a migraine.
You see that so in the box there is a gray space helmet. There is a rattling like noise maker. There is a selection of yellow tickets and a single blue ticket. There are
she's offering all this to us?
Yeah, these are the keys that she's giving you to the rooms. One of the
the yellow tickets and the blue tickets are
so there's
keys?
3 yellow tickets and 1 blue ticket.
And these are keys.
That's what she said.
This place is so stupid.
There is a live garter snake. There is a lever with an anchor stamped onto it. There's an axe. And lastly, there is the only actual key, just a brass door key. She says, these are the keys to the rooms. It's pretty obvious, in my opinion, which key goes to which room. But if you need help or you'd like to know, I can tell you which keys go to which rooms. That's not a problem. What else?
Yeah, how obvious. I have a garter snake door at my house too.
And you see she goes, oh yeah, that one's real fun. You'll love that room. And yeah, so she kind of gives them to you.
I'm having so much fun already. I hardly forgot to put a fucking bullet in my brain.
She says, oh, sorry. God, there's a lot of shit that I've written down about this.
Oh.
She says, yeah, so there's a lot of stuff in disrepair, and she says, like, please excuse the mess. The noise has been so loud, that we just haven't been able to clean the rooms for a really long time. So there may be an unwanted guest, or 2 in the rooms. So,
He says, Ramona. Is her name Ramona?
yeah, Ramona Rample-Rumper, that's me.
Who's we?
Oh, me and the other attendants. I'm the main one.
How many other attendants are there?
There's 2 more.
Okay, and their names?
There's Pip Pop, and Soda Squash.
Soda Squash. It says, all right. Out of curiosity, have any of you looked into the sound? Do you have any idea where it's coming from?
No. It kind of seems like it's from everywhere. So that's why I think it's a ghost, right? It's really scary and it's loud.
Did it sound like it was coming from everywhere when I heard it?
Yeah, it's somewhere in the hostel. It's like echoing, but just in the lobby, you're not able to tell like where.
So it's not
coming from.
actually coming from everywhere. It's just
No. Yeah.
hard to okay.
It's somewhere in the hostel, but you're not sure.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go look for the dude who's probably stuck on the toilet or something.
You see that she says,
"Are you pooping in there?"
You see that she says, she goes, okay. And while she's handing you the box, there's a book on the counter. And while she hands you the book, she accidentally knocks it off the counter. And she says, oh, I'm so sorry. Can you pick that up? Can you pick that up for me? I can't reach it.
I squint at her, and I approach it and grab it with my bandaged hand.
Okay. You pick it up, and it looks like the guest book of everyone who has checked in. It shows, according to the book, it says that there are 2 current occupants at the hostel. There aren't any names noted, however. It just says guest 1 and guest A. Yeah.
My God. He says, all right, why can no one keep their books well? You're gonna give fucking Dandelion a run for her money.
You give her do you hand her the book back?
Yeah.
She says, what are you talking about? She says, I don't know, that's just kind of how we keep them. And then you see
So hypothetically, if you had a third guest, what would that guest's name be in the ledger?
Probably guest Blue.
All right, I've heard enough. I'm going down the hallway.
Before you leave, she takes a look at the ledger and you see that she gets kind of confused for a second while she looks at it, and she goes, wait, there must be a mistake. I only remember there being 1 guest.
Oh no, guest A is a ghost. A ghost that's pooping.
You see that she kind of like thinks, and she says, well, I guess that a guest could be in room 9. Although I doubt it, because room 9 is small, and it's portable. And actually, I don't remember where I left it. So, don't worry about that one.
Oh my God.
Yeah, don't worry about room 9. I don't remember where I put it. So, don't worry about it. It's fine.
He walks forward and leans on the counter and he says, all right, listen, Ramona.
Uh-huh.
I had a long day today.
Okay.
So I need you to level with me.
Uh-huh.
How many of these fucking rooms are stupid?
What is your definition of stupid?
As in it don't have 4 walls and a door and it's in the hallway.
Every room in the hostel has a door and is in the hostel.
He pinches the bridge of his nose and he says, oh, okay.
If you need
All
to
right.
know which keys go to which rooms, I can tell you, or you can figure it out yourself.
You know what? It'd probably be best if you fucking told me.
Okay.
Ramona, be honest with me. Do you have room 9 in your pockets or something?
She goes, "Oh no, it's not. It's like the size of a dollhouse. I couldn't put it in my pocket."
Oh, of course. How foolish of me.
And you see she checks anyway, and it's like, no, it's not in my pocket. And then you see, as you become more irritated with her, you see that she starts getting more nervous, and she says, Are you gonna leave us a bad review? Please don't
No, Ramona, I'm not gonna leave a bad review. Please just tell me what I need to know.
Okay. You see, she is like squinting at you, like she's still worried you're gonna leave a bad review. She says, okay. Well, there are 8 rooms in the hostel. There's 4 on each floor. Well, aside from room 9, because room 9 doesn't have a set location. Normally it's up behind the desk here when it's unoccupied. But it's not here right now. So I don't actually remember where I put it. So don't worry about that one. Let's see.
Where do you normally put it aside from there?
Well, when it's
Like if it's not there, where could it be?
I don't know. It could be anywhere.
Oh my god.
In the hostel,
my God.
probably. It's in the building.
How is anyone in this place still alive? I am genuinely shocked that anyone's still alive.
I don't know. I'm just a marionette. I'm made of porcelain, so I don't really know. Anyway, so
Alright.
there are 8 rooms aside from room 9, so just don't worry. You seem to be upset about room 9. Stop thinking about that one. Don't worry about room 9.
Unfortunately, I can no longer I can no longer cease my thoughts about room 9.
Let's see. So, there is the space room. And the key to the space room is the gray helmet.
Be honest with me, is there oxygen in the space room?
There
Or are we going to go
is-
in there and suffocate?
There is oxygen in the space room. Yes. You don't need a spacesuit
Okay.
to go inside. There's the birthday party room. And the key is the noisemaker. You see that after every room, she is like looking at you to like see if you're mad about the room or not.
So the space room, it was the space helmet.
Mhm.
That's the key.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
The birthday party
The
room.
birthday party room is a noisemaker.
Yes. You see, she says, there is there's the game show room. And the key to that one are the tickets, the yellow and the blue ones.
Okay.
And then there is the jungle room. Can you guess which key is to the jungle? It's the snake. The key is the snake. I'm sorry that I asked. The next room is
He's just maintaining eye contact with her the entire time, and it's like his eyes are like half lidded, and he's just staring at her.
You see Ambrose is like, maybe be a little nicer to her. She seems like she's going to explode. If you're maybe a little ruder than you are being right now. And you see Neva's like, he's being efficient. I think he should continue.
He doesn't react to either of them. He doesn't break the eye contact. He just stares at her. He's not glaring. He's
Yeah.
not smiling. He's just fucking stone faced staring at her while she talks. Not even looking down at the box, just listening to what she says.
She is very small, by the way. Marionette child size. She is a little, like, just a little doll.
Mm-hmm.
And she's
I
like,
am bullying a child.
she's
I'm
sort of
aware.
looking up at you, and she's like, okay, there's the underwater room. And the key is the lever with the anchor on it.
Mm-hmm.
There's the camping room. And the key is the axe. Okay.
Okay.
And then lastly is the boring room. And the key,
Why do I get the feeling the boring room is anything but?
well, the boring room is just the one that looks like a key. So yeah. Those are the rooms. Oh, well, and then there's room 9, which, you know, I'm sorry I brought it up again. But then there's the sweet suite.
That's only... Oh, sweet. Okay, I'm about to say there's only 8 there.
Yeah. The key, well, if you haven't found the noise in any of the other rooms, then come back and I'll give you the key to the suite. But I think someone's in
Why do
there.
I get the feeling it's in the suite?
Well, someone's in there right now, so I just don't want you to disturb them. That's where one of our guests is staying, so just...
But, Ramona, please, I'm begging you. I understand you live in the Revelia. Fucking everyone here is brain dead. I understand that. I am begging you. I need you to furiously rub those 2 brain cells you're working with in there. Rub them together and have a single thought. Why would you not go check on your guests?
Well, I have been busy with other stuff. I gotta run the whole hostel, you know?
Says, please let me go check on your guest.
Okay.
It's probably your guest.
Well...
Did the noise start before that guest showed up?
I don't remember. It's been happening for so long, I've forgotten. I forget a lot of stuff, actually. I'm sorry.
So you don't know where the second... What does it say the second guest is staying?
It doesn't say.
Sorry, guest A. I shouldn't call it second.
They're
I should call it A
probably
guest.
in room 9 because it's not here, but I don't know where I left it. So you should probably just check all the rooms just in case. Sorry.
Says, please, just give me the key to the suite. I just want to check on the guest.
Okay. But you have to promise. You're not just gonna go in there and be in there because it's fun to be in there, okay? You have to check the other rooms too for the source of the noise as well, okay? You gotta promise that you're not just gonna go in there.
Scout's honor, cross my heart, hope to die, yada yada yada. I'll fucking pretend like I'm room service or something. All right, I gotta check on him.
You see, she says, fine. And you see that she pulls out a candy cane, and gives it to you. And she says, I'm only permitting this because you're helping to solve the noise problem. Otherwise, I would not provide rooms to keys that are occupied. Nope, I would not provide keys to rooms that are occupied. You should probably...
Again, I will ask permission to enter. Don't worry.
I remembered what I forgot.
He closes his eyes and just very slowly exhales through his nose, and he says, let's hear it.
Gertrude! I forgot about Gertrude! Oh, man. She's mad at me, probably. I didn't bring her sweets. Oh, poop. Poop, dude.
Who is Gertrude?
Gertrude Figgy Puddin'. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say something else entirely. I thought you were about to call Gertrude a slur.
No. Gertrude Figgy Puddin'. She's a regular. She's a regular at the hostel. She usually lives out in the forest, but she's currently visiting the cottage in the suite.
So the forest is livable.
Well, Gertrude's a ghost, so anywhere is kind of livable for a ghost, you know?
He puts his face in his hands and he says, Ramona, I am... Please. He there's like a little waver in his voice and he says, Ramona, please. I'm trying so hard to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be mean.
Mm.
How did you forget there was a ghost staying witches?
Well, it's not like she's an evil ghost, but she can get really grumpy without her candy, and she doesn't like to be surprised. So maybe when you go check on her, bring her some candy. I have candy that I forgot to give to her. You see that she pulls out a thing of sweets, and there's a tag on it that says Candies, Candy Emporium, and more. And she says, I forgot to give this to her. When you go up there, can you give this to her? It might make her like you a little bit more. Maybe she'll stop being mad at me, and maybe she won't leave me a bad review.
What room did she say she's in?
She's in the suite.
Okay, so she's the one guest that's staying with them. Got it.
Yeah. Well, according to the ledger, there's 2. But like I said, the other one is, I think, in room 9, which I don't know where it is. So.
Can I like inspect the candy and make sure it's not a fucking bomb or something else
Yeah.
stupid?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Okay. Ooh, that's actually insanely good. 21.
It is just so it's an assortment of little candies and chocolates. Although you notice that one of the chocolates just appears to be like a pocket watch that's been covered in chocolate.
Okay. He turns to Ambrose and Neve and he says, "Remember when you two were saying we need to eat the food here?"
You see,
Oh, it's almost like someone could have warned you about that.
You see, Neve says,
Day one, literally minute 1.
I just was saying I didn't pack enough rations for all of us forever. Excuse me for not wanting to starve. You see, Ember says, I never suggested eating the food. I suggested Pops buying a potion because I don't know why the potions would be poison. But
he turns back to Ramona and he says, "Ramona, I need you to do me a huge favor here.
I can try.
I need you to scour your mind for a minute here. Just absolutely overturn every last nook and cranny in there.
Uh-huh.
And please make sure there's nothing else you forgot, because I'm gonna let you in on a little secret here. If there's something else you've forgotten, you're gonna have 2 ghosts staying here because I'm gonna put a fucking bullet in my head. You understand?"
You see that she says, okay. If you okay. I know you don't like when I bring up room 9, but just in case you find it, it can only be opened by a staff member. So if you need to get in there for some reason, you got to bring it back to me. But I think that's it.
Says, "Okay. Very much appreciated, Ramona."
And I do just want to stress, I haven't had the chance to go through the rooms. So there may be dirty and there might be people in there that I don't know about. But so just keep that in mind. But I already said that to you, so you can't be mad at me that I said that again.
Ramona, there could be literally shit and piss smeared all over the walls and floors and ceiling, and I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
There might
You're
be.
fine.
I haven't cleaned the rooms yet, but I don't know. I don't know what's up there.
Well, at least I'm prepared. Come on, guys.
Okay, good luck. You see that Kaz has just been like this the entire time that you've been in there. Just like holding his temples. And he's like, "Are we done? Okay, let's go." You see, you walk towards the curtain and push it aside.
When she's out of earshot, I think he like whispers to them. He's like, "I know that Locke told us like a lot of the marionettes can probably be trusted." Well, he's saying all this assuming there's no posters around. If there's a poster around, he won't say it.
There's one in the lobby, but there aren't any in the hallway.
Okay. He is saying this then. He says, "I know that Locke said we could trust all these marionettes, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I was moments away from wringing Ramona's neck. So let's just get this job done with."
They nod. All right, let me zoom you in a bit so we're not just looking at a big empty hallway. All right. So, also, as you're walking away, Ramona calls out, and is like, "Oh, one more thing. You all have to, there's only one keeper."
I think it's okay. Sorry. I really want to lean into this Ailstain being irritated by her bit. I think as she says one more thing, he stops literally at the curtain, and he leans his head back, and his like eyes are at the ceiling, and his eyes are closed, and he says, "Sure, What is it, Ramona?
You see that she's like, well, it's just that there's only one key to each room. So each of you will need to, all be like holding hands or like touching each other's like arms or something so that you can all get in. Cause it's only one, cause the key only permits one person unless you're touching. So just.
That's good to know. Thank you for saving our lives, probably.
You're welcome.
Also, Ray, I do love her too. I just really love this bit of this very irritated man dealing with the goofiest little character.
She's very silly. She's very goofy.
He throws the curtains to the sides and he walks through.
Fantastic. So you see the long hallway. There are 4 doors, 2 doors on each side of the hallway. You see something interesting as you pull the curtain back. At the end of this hallway, next to the staircase, you see a Heckna's handy helper, the little animatronics that distribute health
Potion
potions.
bots.
And you see it appears to have crashed.
We loot it.
It crashed through an exterior wall at some point and has just like never been removed. It is cracked open and it has been stuffed with like candy wrappers and it's kind of being used as a garbage can. But it still appears to work. So there are potions in here if you need to purchase any.
Can we just loot it for potions?
No, I mean, you can
Just break him open, take all his potions.
you can try, but
I want to investigate if there's like a panel I could peel off this fucking thing and just yoink all its potions.
so it still appears to be like awake, if that. It's like it can't move and people have been using it as a trash can, but it's still like whirring and like just it's like very clearly damaged, but it's like it like still appears to like want to give you like it like
Lux just voiced my exact thoughts. So what you're saying is prone.
yeah, it's like in a heap on the floor. And it holds out a hand for 5 red tickets.
Can I
As-
see if
as
there's
you
a way
approach
to fucking execute it and rip it open and take its shit?
That's such a good question. Give me just a second. I am gonna be so honest with you.
Like, do the potions seem like they are magically summoned to the bot, or does it seem like it has the potions inside of
No,
it and I could fucking kill this thing and take the potions?
It has the potions inside of it. I'm just trying to see if it has a stat block.
Did the campaign creators not think we were going to attack these things?
The thing is, like, it must. I'm just not sure that I maybe put it in here for some reason. Maybe
Because I
just
mean, like,
assumed
this
you
thing is all
were
alone.
gonna
It's
be really
kind of
cool
prone
about
to
it.
being jumped right now.
Oh, it is not breakable. It is not.
What?
Its metal is made in such a way that, like, you can't get it open.
But someone did get it open.
No, it's like people have stuffed candy and like garbage into its open like slots. It's not like,
Oh.
you know.
What? Okay.
But it holds out a hand for 5 red tickets as you approach. But it's like,
Can we put it out of its misery?
You see, Neve kind of leans forward and is like, I kind of feel bad. Should we?
Yeah, like I feel like it's suffering. I feel like we should kill it and put it out of its misery.
You see, Neve gives it 5 of her red tickets, and she's like, I just want to clarify.
What-
This
why-
is that pity. And she.
Well, yeah, but
You see that she
I mean, we
gives
could
it
just
5
put it
red
down.
tickets. And you see that it like lights up when it accepts them. And then you see it coughs out a potion of healing and also 3 red tickets and says error. So she's like, potion of healing for 2 red tickets. Don't mind if I do. And she like pockets.
And there's no way to like get it open or anything. There's no like screws that are exposed. There's like I'm curious
It
how
is
the fuck this thing was made then.
It is magically made. It is like a magical automaton. It is made in such a way that it is. If these things, you've seen them running into shit all over the jamboree. They're kind of made to be indestructible in a way. Like,
But it's clearly not because it's damaged.
It is damaged, but not in such a way that you can get what is inside of it. It's damaged in a similar way that like the marionettes are damaged, but they're still functional. It's like it's still serving a purpose, but unbeknownst to Hecna, it's giving a discount for potions of healing.
I see. Because I don't know. I feel like we need like a. I don't know. I'm like looking through everyone's sheets, but I think Dispel Magic is a 3rd level spell anyway. Unfortunately, no one has it. Because like I'm just like, if we could dispel whatever that magic is, we could fucking rip this bitch open. But I don't think everyone's gonna have it.
Yeah, not yet. I've added a potion of healing to Neve's inventory.
Yeah, I mean, like if it's just 2 tickets a pop, like why don't we just try to get all the potions we can out of this fucking thing, right?
Yeah.
Because we have 45 and Ambrose has 10 on him, which he better have put into his bag of holding. Because if Hecna's just been had his face out this whole time.
Well, Neve just gave up 2 of her tickets, so you have that -2.
Well, no, she didn't have her tickets. Well, okay, yeah, she took them from Ailstain. Okay, so 45 -2, 43. That's right. She didn't have her tickets on her.
She was like, "Give me my tickets."
I mean, like, I don't know. Can we just keep feeding tickets? I want to feed enough tickets to get 5 health potions at the cost of 2 each and see if it keeps spitting out health potions.
So you spend 10 tickets?
Yeah, if it keeps spitting out 3 each time, I guess I want to put 25 total until it stops spitting out 3 or stops spitting out health potions.
It doesn't seem to stop doing either.
So we got 5 health potions for just 10 tickets?
Yep.
Jesus. All right. Well, Ailstain has 1 on him.
Okay.
Do Ambrose or Kaz have any on them?
Let's see. Ambrose has 1 on him. And Kaz... Kaz has 1 on him as well.
How many does Neve have?
Neve just bought 1, so she has 2 on her.
Okay, I want to spend 4 more tickets so that I can hand 2. Okay, hang on. I just bought 5. I want to get everyone to 3. So that's 2 for Ailstain, 2 for Kaz, 2 for Ambrose. That's 6.
And Neve
And
needs
1
more
for
than
Neve.
3.
So that's 7. So we'd want to spend 4 more tickets,
Okay.
taking us down to 29.
All right. Subtract all of that yourself. I will add them to their inventory.
Total, we have 29, and then Ambrose has 10. So we have 39 total between us all.
Fantastic.
And we all have 3 potions of healing now.
Awesome. You see...
And it still just has potions inside of it?
Yeah.
How many does it have left?
It seems to be a magical... Like, it's pulling them from somewhere.
Oh, okay. So we probably couldn't have ripped it open to get more. Because it like summons them when it does it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we have a lot of healing potions now, and I don't know. Part of me is just like, damn, I hope we level up enough for someone to get Dispel Magic so we can fucking crack this thing open and figure out how the fuck it's summoning those potions and just get infinite healing potions. Okay.
All right.
Well.
Fantastic. So now all of you have 3 in your inventory. All right. Well, after you're done completely fucking this thing up, there are 4 doors.
We didn't do shit to it. We did fleece it though.
You did fleece it. There are 4 doors. Let me see which ones are on this floor. The very first door, once you enter the curtain to your right, is a circular door made of iron. On opposite that is the door is outlined in light bulbs, and above a window in the door is an on air sign. And as you like walk near it, it like kind of flickers like it's going to light up. Next to that, the second room on the left is a door made of mahogany, and an intricate geometric pattern of a snake is carved into it. And then opposite that, the second door on the right is a door painted with bright primary colors, so like red, blue, yellow. And it's decorated.
So that one's probably the birthday room.
It's decorated.
The snake one's.
It's decorated with streamers, and a balloon made from light bulbs is in the center of the door. Gotta let me finish describing it, Ben.
Sorry. Birthday room, jungle room. Fuck, I have now forgotten what the first 2 were. Fuck.
The first one was a circular door made of iron.
Yes, okay.
And the room across from that, it had light bulbs and an on-air sign.
Okay, yeah, so that's the game room probably. Or not the game room, the game show room. And then the iron one is probably the underwater room or the space room, probably. Something like that. He walks past all of them. We're looking for the sweet sweet.
You promised Ramona that you would check all the rooms. You see,
we didn't say we checked them
Ramona
first.
sees you going to walk past them, and she goes, can you check all the rooms? The sweet sweet's the very end of the hall upstairs. It's like the last one.
We'll hit him on the way back. I promise.
Okay. You
What
walk...
is this micromanaging?
She wants you to look in all the rooms. You make your way upstairs.
Listen, I feel like we gotta go talk to the one person who's staying here. It would be ridiculous if we did not immediately talk to the one and only guest.
Let me unveil it.
Someone's being eaten in there, and we're just gonna like be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we gotta go to the game show room really quick. We gotta go play a game show." Sorry, we gotta go look at the beluga whales in the underwater room first. Oh, sorry, are you dying in there? Sorry. Can't do that yet. The doll said no.
All right. So you all appear on the second floor. And the doors up here. Well, let me just put you all down really quick. I'm not gonna worry about making sure you're on a spot. It doesn't fucking matter.
Okay. As long as you don't send Ambrose in first.
You see that up here.
I think if there's something in there waiting for us, I think it will eviscerate Ambrose and rip him in two. We'll have 2 Ambroses.
You see that up here, the room on the second floor, the first room on the right, is a door made of glass. And you see that beyond, inside the room, it looks like an aquarium.
That's the underwater room.
The center of the door is a hatch wheel, like from a ship or a submarine. It's an iron circle with 3 spokes.
Okay.
Across from that is, or I'm sorry, second to the right, is a. Oh, it doesn't even have a description of the door. Oh, it's a wooden door, and it looks like it is made of logs. There is no doorknob or keyhole or anything. It's just like a fully
We have
like,
to
log
axe it
door.
open because it's the camping room.
And then the second room, or I'm sorry, the first door on the left is a simple wooden door made of oak. You see a brass placard reads "boring room," and you see that scratched into the door is like on the bottom is like a cluster of symbols. But you do not know.
Do any of them match the symbol on the iron disc
They do not.
that we were given by the toy maker? Okay.
They look similar, but they're not the same one.
Hi.
And then at the end of the hall, you see the knob on the door is a tree branch that resembles a hand. And that is all the rooms.
A tree branch that resembles a hand. Oh, it's no the what? Is that the sweet suite? I don't
It has
know
no,
what other room would have a hand.
It has no depiction. Just has a hand.
I mean, I feel like that must be the sweet suite then, because all the other ones are very obvious. The iron door is definitely the space room. The birthday room was the one with the balloons. The game show room was the one that said on air. Jungle room was the one with the snake. Underwater room was the one that's underwater. Camping room is the one with just the logs that we have to axe down. Boring room is the boring room. So there's, and then the other room is the one that's a dollhouse. So it's just the sweet suite left. So we go to the one with the hand.
Okay.
And I say, all right, kids, hold hands, like the nice doll said.
Mm-hmm. You all hold hands?
And I put the candy cane in the hand.
The branches curl around the candy, and the door opens. When you walk inside,
I think he does that thing where he knocks on the door first. He says, housekeeping, and then like when the door like opens, he like calls it out into the room. He says, housekeeping, hello.
There's no response.
All right, we're coming in. You didn't hang the little thing on the door handle that says we can't come in.
As you enter the sweet suite, you see it's colder in this area than elsewhere in the Revelia. Among the trees is a brightly colored cottage that looks like a real-life gingerbread house, with piped icing around the windows and doors. You see large pieces of sugar candy comprise the shutters and the walkway. And from the lush soil grows vibrant, sort of faintly glowing mushrooms made of cotton candy. You see an inviting warm glow sort of flickers in the cottage's windows. And the otherwise pleasant view is disrupted by very loud shouting, sort of booming through the forest, as if amplified by a speaker. And it's just like, "Help me! Get me out!"
Oh, someone is stuck on the shitter, dude.
Let me put your tokens down.
You know, I felt like at one point I was being a little too rude to the doll. And now I feel vindicated. What I'm learning from this moment, it's been a teachable moment. Mm-hmm. What I'm learning from this moment is I need to be meaner to kids.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So what do you do?
Can I focus on my sword and see if I detect any kind of aberrations in the area?
Yes. Give me just a second.
Do I get the feeling we're in like a pocket dimension right now? Or do I feel like I'm in like the forest that was like outside the Revelia?
Give me an investigation check.
Would this be investigation or would it be like an arcana or something? Oh, either way, it doesn't matter. I rolled really bad. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that a 4 doesn't do anything for you.
Yeah, you have no idea. It looks like a real forest. You truly don't know.
Ambrose,
you do
give me a roll.
You do.
Ambrose rolls investigation. He gets. No, he gets a nat 1. Okay, hang on. Kaz rolls. Oh god, he gets a -1 to investigation. Can he do arcana instead? Oh no, he gets a -1 to that too. Fuck, he rolled a 7. Neve, please, someone have a brain. Okay, she rolled 17 plus 1. That's 18.
After all of you absolutely fucking cannot understand this room that you're in.
The one woman in our gang is the only one with a brain cell.
You see that all of you are like, we're outdoors. Was that like a portal? That's so weird. You see Neve like kind of squints and looks around, and she says, "No, we're still inside. It just looks like outside, but there's 4 walls to this room."
So it's not a pocket dimension. It's literally still a room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It just magically looks like outside.
So like, are there like illusions that like when we look at them closer, like the trees and stuff, they're not actually there?
They're there. You touch them, they're there. But it's like, this space appears bigger than it is.
Like we can't walk into the forest.
No.
There's like a wall somewhere.
Yes.
Like it's like an invisible wall. We go punk.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. It is really funny because out of the entire party, Neve is the only one with a +1 to intelligence. Literally Kaz has a -1.
She's big smart.
And then Ambrose and Ailstein are average intelligence +0.
Yeah.
It's so funny that he's supposed to be the smart one, by the way, Ambrose, and he has a +0 to intelligence.
True.
Anyway. Interesting. Okay. I think Ailstein calls out. He says, "Housekeeping. We heard you have a problem. Everything okay?"
You just hear continually like, "Get me out of here!" And you also hear like humming, like very faintly, just like.
I want to peek in the window. This feels like a Hansel and Gretel situation, like someone's being cooked inside the oven.
Are you trying to approach stealthily? I mean, you've
Yes.
announced your presence.
Uh-huh.
So maybe roll with disadvantage, but sure.
Oh wow. I rolled a 17 and a 16. Which plus 4, dirty 20.
You approach the cottage and peek in the window. You see inside. The cottage is warm inside. It smells pleasantly of like freshly baked cake. Everything is ever so slightly sticky. Like you put your hands on the windowsill and it's sticky. The beds, though, seem like they're soft. And everything is like clean otherwise. You see,
Do the walls look like gingerbread?
they do, yes. You see quaint curtains hang over the windows, and the furnishings are like soft, covered in like cute little patterns with like doilies. And as specified before, there don't appear to be any Hecna posters in this room.
Do we see any people in there?
You poke your head inside.
Well, we don't poke our head inside.
Well, yeah,
we look inside.
Yes, you take a peek inside. Give me just a second. You see a ghost of a little old lady. Let me zoom in for everyone.
Oh my god, it's the wicked old witch.
Ooh. Here. Oh, God damn it. Okay, let's see. Oh, whoops. The window's right here. Or there's a couple windows, but that's the one that you sneak up to. You see a little green ghost woman. Her hovering off the floor. Her feet disappear into like a little wisp. So she's just sort of like floating around. She's wearing like a little witch hat. And her eyes are kind of squinted shut. And you see that she is plucking pieces of candy off of the walls. And it she appears to be putting them on a little dollhouse. And sort of like decorating it.
Oh my god, we found the dollhouse.
And you see, she's just kind of like humming to herself. And you hear again, like, "Let me out!" And you just hear, she's like, like decorating it.
Where's the let me out coming from? Is there like a oven to the left here, or?
No, it appears to be coming from the dollhouse.
Oh, okay. So she trapped another person, probably guessed A, in the dollhouse.
Well,
at least they're not being cooked.
You do recall Ramona said that Gertrude was not mean. She was just staying in this room.
He steps away from the window and he knocks on the fucking, I assume, candy door.
You see.
How do you spell Gertrude's last name, by the way?
Gertrude Figgy Puddin. That is
Figgyypuddin.
Yes.
Okay.
You see that you knock on the door. And you see Gertrude goes, "Huh?" And she floats over and opens the door. And you see that she kind of squints at you and she goes, "Hello." And then she goes,
"Ooh, is that candy I smell? Let old Gertrude have a little taste. You have candy for Gertrude?"
Says hi. We got a noise complaint from the front desk, so we're coming by to check and make sure everything's okay.
You see, she goes, well, I mean, everything's all right, I suppose. I'm used to people hollering and shouting, usually at my visits. Look, don't bake a pie if you don't want Lady Figgy Puddin' stopping by, but that Scooter just doesn't shut up. He has cookies. Why is he still screaming? I've told him I'm not leaving until I've had my breakfast. Ramona was supposed to bring me my breakfast, and I'm not leaving until I've had it.
Says, all right, yeah, we have. That's on a. He like he's like trying to seem like an official hotel staff. He like pulls out like a little notebook and he's just like thumbing through. He's like, oh yeah, that's right. That was on our to-do list too. There we have your breakfast for you. Oh, actually. He like looks over his shoulder. He says, "I see you got that was actually also on our list. We need to pick up that room you got there."
You see, she's like, "Oh, well, you have my candy?"
We do. Hang on, we gotta go grab it. But
well, she did hand it to you.
He he like pretends to be fishing through his bag. And he says, yeah, let me grab it real quick. Could you hand over the room to my associate here?
She says, well, all right, you mean take it. I don't want it. I need my candy. No one does sweets better than candy, though. That wispy Ramona is always forgetting about poor old me. But his yelling is growing despairing. You take him away, please.
What did she call him?
Who?
The person in the...
She referred to him as Scooter.
Scooter. Okay. Well, you don't like Scooter?
She goes, well, I mean, he's just as fine as any other person, but he won't stop yelling. He's got...
Why haven't you, like... You could have just put him out of your room. You don't have to have him here.
Well, he was in here when I came here. It's not my job to move him. I don't know. I gave him some cookies, but he won't stop yelling.
All right, here. Yeah, my associate here will take that. He indicates Kaz.
Kaz walks up and he goes, dollhouse removal. And he picks up the dollhouse. He picks up the dollhouse and you hear like, oh my God, let me out! And like,
sir, we'll be right with you. Right. Please calm down.
And you see, she says, now, give me my sweets, young man. I'm starving, and I get very grumpy when I'm hungry.
I feel like this is a trap. I feel like she's gonna turn into a fucking monster if I hand her the sweets, but I have no reason, like nothing else to do but give it to her. So he fishes it out of his bag and he hands it to her.
You see that
and then she turns into a giant spider monster and bursts through the house.
You see that she says, well, all right, you've taken my dollhouse, but all right, fine. And you see that she takes her sweets and begins to eat them. And she kind of just is like happy and content eating her sweets.
Oh. That's it?
She says, wow, you're a nice young man. You should come visit my grove whenever you like. And, well, as long as you bring me some candy, you're always welcome. There's some interesting things out there in the forest in old Gertrude's Grove, I'll tell you what. You bring me some candy, you're welcome anytime.
Says, that sounds lovely, ma'am. But sorry, I'm on the clock right now. Also, front desk wanted to know, are you extending your stay or are you leaving soon? Or the checkout is soon.
She says, oh, I'm leaving. I was just waiting for my breakfast. Thank you, young man. And she pinches your cheek. And
he says, ma'am, please, I'm a professional.
She says, you're a cute young lad. Are you dating anyone? You know, I have a great granddaughter. Or
He
grandson.
says, "Sorry, ma'am, I'm gay."
Or grandson. I think there's one of
She
those.
says grandson, and then she says granddaughter, and then he says, "Sorry, ma'am, I'm gay." And then she says grandson, and he says, "Sorry, ma'am, I'm straight."
She goes, okay, well, I'm going home now. I'll see you later. And you see she sort of floats out of the room and disappears. You see that Kaz lifts up the dollhouse and like looks through one of the little windows. Or there's like a glass window on the top. And you can like look through it. And you see a miniature room with only a bed. And on the bed sits a little gnome man wearing purple glasses, like a flat gray hat, and a bright red and orange suit. And he is like jumping up and down and yelling and then he starts like sobbing and then goes back to like jumping and yelling. And is like just so mad about being in this fucking room.
He says, "Sir, we'll be right with you. We're on the case. Please calm down."
Fantastic. You see Ambrose says, Ramona said that only a staff member can open room 9, so we should bring that
We're
back
gonna
to
take
her.
it right back to the front desk.
Okay, fantastic. Shall we go?
Yep.
All right. You make your way back down to the first floor, completely bypassing this entire encounter that I had for you by going straight to the very end. So.
Yep. Well,
No
I mean,
worries.
okay, okay. I do want to go through the rooms and see what the fucking deal is, but
Well,
like another
there's no
part of me,
point
like the
now.
whole like the whole time, I'm just like, this seems incredibly stupid of us to not check on the one person staying there. Because again, it's just someone screaming, help me, and I was like, they're probably just trapped in the room.
Valid. Yeah, there's really no point for you to do that. I mean, you're still welcome to stay here. She'll give you the rooms for free, but there's
I
no
mean, we
reason
can still
for you
go through the rooms.
There's no reason to. They were all supposed to point you towards that room, and there's just
I'm
nothing for
sorry,
you to
I
find.
didn't want to skip funny things.
It's okay. I mean, you can still go in there. It's just
Do you want to tell us what's in the rooms?
no,
Like,
it's not important. Well, if you
Damn it.
choose to stay in any of the the thing is, the Sweet Suite is the only room without a Heckna poster. So you can go into the other rooms, I suppose, as long as no one else is staying there. But staying there isn't ideal.
we keep the keys so that we can go in them later.
No. Ramona certainly takes them back from you.
No, we keep them in our bags. We're like, oh, we lost them.
No. She starts crying. And she's like,
He's
lost
like-
those were the only keys. I don't have any
He's
other
just like-
ones.
Yeah, it's like, you have no idea what the hell we went through. There was a massive ghost we had to fight, and we just
What?
barely escaped with our lives.
Oh my gosh. Who was the ghost?
So yeah, you're gonna get new you gotta get new keys cut, but
Oh, you found room 9? Oh, is there
Yeah.
someone in there? Weird. I don't
oh
remember.
yeah, there was this.
I don't-
We hand her the dollhouse.
She says, "Oh, I don't remember checking anyone into room 9. That's my bad." You see-
Ramona. Oh my god. Ramona. He elbows on the counter. He like inches from her face. He looks her in the eyes and says,
Ramona, I need you. I need you to be so fucking for real with me right now. You told me moments ago to my face that that Gertrude was staying in there. You told me to my face that she. What do you mean you don't remember anyone being in there?
No, I don't remember anyone being in room 9.
Yeah, the dollhouse was there
Yeah.
when she got there.
I misplaced it. I told you. I didn't remember where I put it. That's what misplacing it means.
He resists the urge to grab her head with both hands and shake it violently.
You see that she puts the dollhouse on the hostel's front desk, and she kind of like, she looks a little like bemused as she like taps the top 3 times. And you see a tiny door appears on the side that is quickly opened by the tiny gnome trapped in the room. And you see as he leaps out the door, he suddenly grows to his normal size and lands on his feet. And he like spins to face Ramona. His face is beet red. He looks so mad and exasperated. He's like, "You left me in there long enough, Ramona." And he's like wagging his finger at her. And then he turns to look at you. And he smiles at you. And he says, "Thanks for busting me out of the clink. Sometimes a fun stay's a little too fun. You know what I mean? I would have been in there forever if I was getting... Well, anyway, I think next time I'll do the game show room again. I sure love hanging out with Laird of Bubblesqueak. I bet he's got a pretty juicy check with my name on it. My name is Scooter Von Snooter, by the way. Here, this should look good. This should work as payment, right?" And he hands you 5 red tickets.
He says, "Sure. Also, please leave a good review."
He says, "Absolutely not. This was my worst stay yet." Anyway.
He reaches forward and grabs the gnome's hair and gets an inch from his face, and he says, "Sir, I've had a very frustrating day, okay? So I need you to rethink what you just said. Are you gonna leave a good review?"
You grab this gnome and you see Ramona start to shake. She is looking at you like you have just murdered someone in front of her. And you see Scooter stops smiling and he says, "I don't think you know who you're talking to, Fred. I advise you release me immediately."
"I advise you eat my dick."
You see Ramona's like, "That is so funny. Elstern, that is so funny. Scooter, he's just messing around. Please, it's totally fine if you don't leave a good review. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. And when you go see Hector next, please tell him that, you know, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. It's totally fine." And she is glaring at you. And is like, it's like if she could speak into your mind, she's like, "Let him go!" But she's like, "It's totally fine. It's totally fine. It's really fine." It's like,
I want
he's
to
just
roll an
joking.
intimidation check on him.
He's just joking, Scooter. She's just joking.
I want to roll intimidation on him.
Okay, you can go ahead and try.
And I will use my inspiration to succeed at this check
Okay.
if I fail. If there's one thing Ailstain's good at, it's charisma checks.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, do I want to try for higher? Yes, I'm gonna try for higher. I'm gonna roll one more time. Yes. Okay. That is a 21. God, this better succeed. I just blew my inspiration on this. What the fuck? How many dice are you rolling? Does he get to roll 20 d20? He gets super advantage? Super duper ultra advantage?
What did you roll? A 21?
Mm-hmm.
You see that he sweats a little bit and he's like, "A really funny joke, Fred." But you see he like kind of gets out of your grasp and like kind of dusts himself off, and he says, "You know,
No, he doesn't.
You're really funny."
No, he doesn't. He doesn't get out of my grasp.
Are you trying to
I'm holding on.
restrain him?
I will do a strength check if I have to.
Okay, go ahead and roll contested strength.
Okay. Nice. 17.
No, he gets out of your grasp.
Boo.
You see he steps back and brushes himself off and he goes, "You're really funny, Fred. I can see you're new here and you don't know who I am. And that's no trouble of yours, but you should really learn."
Did I not succeed at the intimidation? Did he beat my intimidation?
No, he's like wary of you. You see him sweating a little bit. He did manage to get out of your grasp. But rather than be like afraid, he seems to be like puffing his chest out a little bit. And being like, "You obviously don't know who I am. And that's no fault of yours, but my name is Scooter von Snooter. Perhaps you haven't heard of me.
I didn't ask.
I'm runner-up for Heckna's lieutenant. Perhaps you didn't know about that, but I'm a shoo-in.
Fascinating.
So. All right, well, this has been fun. You know, thank you for releasing me from the room. You see he looks at Ramona and he says, "I'll be back." And you see she says, "No, okay, yeah." And she's just watching this whole situation.
He maintains eye contact with him and he says, "Remember the good review, pal."
You see that
You really want to remember.
You see that he walks out the door and he says, "Oh, I'll remember." And he disappears out the door.
He
the door closes.
leans over to Kaz and Ambrose and Neve and whispers to them, quiet enough that no one else could hear.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "I'm gonna kill that guy too."
You see, Neve is like, "That guy was like really small and like he had that kind of thing where like men with small penises need to like showboat and act like, oh, they're so, you know, it's like, we get it. You have a small dick. We get it. You don't need to, you know." And you see
Listen.
Ramona is like tearing her hair out of her head.
He says, "The only thing I can tolerate less than obnoxious little marionettes is people who are rude to service staff."
And you see Ambrose nods and he says, "Yeah, I agree." Although, and you see he points at Ramona, who is like, she's like pulling at her strings and like tearing her hair out, and just absolutely fucking like losing it.
Mm-hmm. He leans on the counter and he says, "Ramona, calm down. It's okay."
I made a deal with you, so you can have your free nights. You can have your 50% off. You can have the tickets he gave you. I don't care. You have just ruined my life. Do you understand that? Heckna's probably going to kill me. Do you understand what you've just done? That was going to be his next lieutenant. Do you know who that is? Do you know what that means? I know that you're probably new here. I'm going to die. Do you understand that? And you're laughing.
And she runs down the hallway and disappears.
What? Okay, can I not? Okay.
She's gone.
I was gonna say you could just stay with us and we'll look after you.
She's gone.
Okay. All right.
You see.
I fucking hate this place.
You see Ambrose
I
is
hate
like,
how insane everyone is.
You see Ambrose is like, okay. Well, now I have mixed feelings about what we've done. I thought we did a good thing. I don't know.
He says, "I think we did. I don't even I don't even know what her fucking deal is.
I mean, you see Kaz says, well, if that guy was really important and you just tried to intimidate him on her behalf, you can see how that makes her look bad.
I mean, did you not see him pissing his pants?
Well, yeah,
We
but
definitely intimidated him.
guys like that run to bigger guys like Hekna.
Oh, I'm aware. Hecna knows we're here, and he knows that I'm not respecting him at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna come after us. I don't think he's gonna blame her.
You see,
Listen,
like-
Hecna may be childish. He may be a childish little freak. Can we step into the hallway while we talk about this?
Yeah.
He says, Hecna may be a childish little prick who has the attention span of a gnat and the behavioral patterns of a toddler. But I can't imagine that he's that stupid. He knows that we're the ones causing trouble.
You see Neve kind of leans against the wall, and she says, that's true, but I worry that he might take it out on her anyway, for fun. Even if he
And we
knows.
keep her with us.
Where is she? She's gone. We can't protect everybody in this fucking place, Elstane. We have other stuff to do.
She could stay in the room. What is he gonna do? Break down the door and come after us?
The hostel. He owns this place. He could probably destroy this hostel if he wanted to. There is nowhere that in this place that she could hide.
He's not destroying it with me inside.
Look, Elstane, I know that he wanted you here for some reason, but I'm worried you're putting a lot of importance on yourself.
Whoa, okay. Rude, first of all. Second of all, it's just foolish to summon me here and immediately kill me. I don't think he's that stupid.
I don't think he's stupid either. I'm just worried about his capricious nature. He doesn't... Okay, he may not destroy the hostel with you in it. That doesn't mean he can't kidnap and torture Ramona.
I think he was probably gonna do that anyway. If he was
think-
going to.
I just think that we should be more careful about how we speak to people, you know?
No fun. No fun,
She
Ollie.
rolls her eyes. She says, I'm sorry, I'm trying to not get everybody killed. Is that not what we're doing here?
Let's go to the room.
All right.
Let's get this long rest.
All right. You return to the suite.
I'm annoyed. I fucking wasted my heroic inspiration. God damn it.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't mean that's the last time you'll ever get some.
Well, no, like the whole point was I was trying to intimidate him into not fucking saying anything, and then he just left.
Yeah, I mean, he was afraid of you. You succeeded on your intimidation check.
Irritating.
Right, so you return to the suite. Yeah, there are enough beds in here. I know that it doesn't seem like it from the thing, but there are enough beds for the four of you. There's a little kitchen. There's like a little living room with like a little fireplace. It's a very cozy little cottage.
You know what we should have done? We should have just burned the fucking room with him inside. That's what we should have done.
I mean,
What's he gonna do? He's gonna burn alive.
You couldn't have known.
Where would he go? And no one would know what happened to him.
Fantastic. So yes, you have this room for free for 3 nights. Perfect. So we've all taken our long rest. You've gotten your 5 red tickets. You wake up, and again, there's no sun, so time is kind of like, it's really hard to say how long you've been here, but you've gotten a long rest.
We got a long rest.
Yes, sir. And what would you like to do now?
Leave this fucking hellhole.
Okay, great. You return outside to the jamboree. Is there somewhere specifically that you are? You know what? You find, I will say, you find a paper map.
Okay.
You find one. You have
It's
it.
just on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
You find a paper
I mean,
map.
I just had notes of all the places, so I was just going off that. I was like, we could probably find our way around without the fucking map.
You find a paper map. And this one appears to be very old. It's like in, I'll say you find it like under the bed in the suite. And you notice on it, there's a part of this map that was not on Mapio. There appears to be some structure out in the forest that is noted on this map, but there is no denotation as to what it is. And you remember Locke saying something about there being a structure out past the Dysmadium.
Probably the granny structure would be my guess. She said she had a place out in the forest, right? Or does it not seem that far away?
It doesn't seem so. She seemed to indicate that her house was like not that far away from the jamboree. This appears to be like you need to be in the Dysmadium to get there. So it doesn't seem like the same place to you.
Okay. So it's something that Hecna's hiding from us, perhaps, with Mapu. Have we seen Ramona?
No. You walk past the desk. There's a different marionette there.
Where's Ramona?
You see, he turns to look at you. He's got like blonde, like hair. He says, "Oh, I'm not sure. I haven't seen her."
I was gonna just shove her in the bag of holding, but I guess we can't do that either. She doesn't need to breathe. She's a marionette, so she can just hang out in there. She's safe.
That's true. Well, but it doesn't have infinite space.
Yeah, but I can't imagine she takes that much space. It can hold up to like what, a few 100 pounds. So it's like,
well,
I'm
but
sure
it's
she'll be.
It's not the weight. It's the space. She's the size of a small child.
Yeah. Bags of holding are big.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. They're bigger on the inside than they are on the outside.
I know. It's just like
The whole reason you can't normally put living things in bags of holding is because they don't have air inside the extra dimensional space. But if she's a marionette,
a specific like space that it occupies. It's like I don't know what it is off the top of my head. I'm just saying she might not fit, but I don't know. Off the top of my head.
Okay.
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure.
All right.
Regardless,
I guess
she's
she's
not
just
here.
fucking dead now. There's
Regardless, she's not here.
like, Ramona, where are you?
There's no
I don't hear her.
response. No.
That's fine. That's fine. We leave.
You exit back out into the jamboree. Feeling, well, you're rested, but I don't know that you've slept very well, per se.
Oh, I want to say, by the way, anytime we take those 8-hour sleeps, I definitely want us to do rotating watching shifts to make sure that, like, we're not getting pulled up on in our sleep.
Okay, that's fine.
Just like if we were camping.
Yeah. So all of you do your rotating shifts. Nothing eventful happens while you sleep in the hostel.
I go looking for Pinky.
Okay. You know the toy maker indicated that they might be by the ticketing booth, as their job is to greet new revelers. So you make your way over there. And actually, I don't think I showed you guys the art of Pinky. And map you, so I'll pull that up while you speak to her.
Oh, Pinky, there you are, looking everywhere for you.
You see that she turns to look at you and she goes, "Oh, hi, friends. It's really great to see you again. How can I help you?"
He says, Hey, I got something real funny to show you. Can you come with me real quick? Hey, oh, it's hilarious.
Sorry, I'm trying to get this fucking thing open. Please. There we go.
Everyone's panicking because they can't see Pinky. Oh my god.
Pinky and Mappy.
She has a very unfortunate face.
Yeah, she... Yep, that's what she looks like. You see that she... And again, she's on her little unicycle. You pull up on her. And she's like, oh, okay, great. Yeah, I'll follow you. Where are we going?
I look for somewhere in which there are no posters nearby.
Okay, you take her into sort of like a back alley.
Yeah.
She's like on her
does she
little
have
thing.
Matthew out?
No, she does not. He is sort of tucked away.
Okay. We show her the thing. The little thing with the symbol.
She says, "Oh, what's that?"
He scans her face as she looks at it.
She looks
she-
confused.
What is that? Is that for me?
Does this mean anything to you?
I don't think so. Is that for me?
She kind of like holds out her hand for you to give it to her.
I mean, he did say to give it to her.
He did say to give it to her.
We hand it to her.
She goes,
I keep watching her face to see if she reacts when taking it.
she goes, I don't think so. And she picks it up. And as soon as she like looks at it and is holding it, the wide smile on her face drops. And you see that she turns greenish under her makeup.
Oh.
And she like almost like falls off her unicycle.
Uh-oh.
And you see she's like, she like very rapidly says a bunch of stuff at once. She is like, it's like a shock. She's like, keep a smile on your face. Keep a smile on your face, Pinky. Keep a smile. Help. Just keep smiling. All aboard for the Revelia. Help. It's okay. Bits and bobs and nooks and crannies and eyes 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 that watch and eyes that see. And where's Stella? Oh wait, no, Heckna's here. He'll turn any frown upside down forever. So no frowning, please. No frowning. Okay, it's okay. Keep smiling. Keep smiling. Keep smiling. Thanks. I have to go.
Says, I don't think you do.
I have to go. Thank you. You see that she
Pinky.
really like is like
No.
trying to compose herself. She says, I'm so sorry. I have to go. I have to go right now.
I want
I
to cast.
have to go.
I want to cast Charm Person on her.
Okay. Go ahead and cast.
She needs to give me a Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Where is her? Oh, that's not good. I did not have her stat block pulled up. That's okay. I could pull it up really quickly. Why didn't I put her stat block in here? The world may never know. Hold on, it's taking forever to load. Okay, there we go. Fuck. What is it? Oh, there we go. What is it? A wisdom save?
Mm-hmm.
15.
Fuck. She succeeded.
Yeah. You attempt to cast a spell on her. You see that she looks up at you and just has this like dazed like look on her face and is like, I have to go. I have to go. And you see she gets on her unicycle and just looks back at you. And then just, like, takes off on her unicycle.
You don't have to leave. Okay.
You see, Neve
It'd be cool if people would just stop running away all the time.
You see, Neve
But,
says,
alright.
why are people running? It's like, I mean, I guess she didn't run. She was on a unicycle. But why do they keep just running away? What the fuck is going on?
You see what I'm saying? It's starting to piss me off a little bit.
Why are
That, like,
people
we're
just-
trying to help people and no one will let us help them.
All right. Well, look, the toy maker just said that they wanted to know her response. So, I don't know. I guess let's go back to Locke. What the heck? What the hell is going on in this place?
Yeah, we go back to Locke.
You return to the Lost and Found. You roll up. You find Locke in there. Obviously, it's his shop.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. You see that Locke. He says, "Oi, welcome back. What you been up to?"
I want to spend some time short resting in here so I can get that first level spell slot back.
Okay, that's fine. You take a short rest. You see, he says, "Oi, is there something I can be doing for you?"
He says, talk to the toy maker. He wanted me to speak to Pinky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she weren't too happy about the silly little symbol we showed her.
Is that so? Well,
Yeah, I got all green in the face, started panicking, started speaking in tongues a little bit. Seems like she was talking to herself, like it was like two versions of herself talking to herself, which I assume is probably Heckna's work.
you see that he says, one second. You see that he presses a button on a small marionette that he has. And a few minutes later, the toy maker arrives.
Oh.
With Stefano.
Oh, hello.
And you see that the toy maker signs, and Stefano says, "Hello. You've called?"
Can we trust that little guy, by the way? Like, is he like, does he have his own, like, mind that he's using? That, like, little guy, the Stefano?
You see, Stefano says, "I'm autonomous. I just translate for the toy maker, but I'm my own person." Translators are people.
Yeah, how do you feel about,
Translators are people
how do you feel
too.
about Heckna?
You see, he looks up at the toy maker, and the toy maker looks down at him. And you see, he kind of leans forward and goes, "He's really scary, and he's really mean to the marionettes. So."
Okay, so he can huff your farts?
Well, that's kind of a mean thing to say about him, but I guess so.
Okay, good. All right, I trust this. Honestly, that's my test at this point. If people are able to say fuck Heckna, then like maybe they're not all that bad.
You see, he says, "Well, I can't fart. I'm made of porcelain." But anyway, and you see the toy maker.
Yo, we by the way, toy maker, you gotta help us track down Ramona. She went running off. Apparently, I pissed off some guy. I scared the shit out of him, so I'm pretty sure he's not gonna do nothing. But at the same time, she was convinced she was gonna die. Some fucking scooter dude.
You see,
Big important fella, supposed to be the new laugh tenant or whatever.
you see.
And point is, I'm gonna kill that guy too. I'm gonna be honest with you. He don't seem like much. My friend here said he seemed like a little penis guy, and you know I'm real good at killing little penis guys. So like, I'm just saying I'm probably gonna kill him too. But just to be clear, he's probably gonna go after Ramona. So we should probably track her down. I got a bag of holding. I can just tuck her in my bag. She'll be safe. I promise.
You see that the toy maker holds up a hand for you to cease talking. You see that they sign, "Don't worry about Ramona. The marionettes are mine to care for. I will not let anything happen to her."
Okay, good. Like, it was kind of pissing me off that like she ran away before I could help her. So I'm glad she's at least safe.
You see that they sign, "Ramona is prone to anxious fits and stress. Unfortunately, I do not give the marionettes their personalities. They develop after they are made. All I can do
listen,
is care
that's
for
fine.
them.
Again, if you need someone to hide it while fucking, Heckna like pisses his diaper or whatever, you can tuck her in my bag. Guarantee he's never gonna find her.
You see that he shakes his head, or they shake their head, and they say her disappearance would be more suspicious than anything. And if we are truly trying to escape from here without casualties,
Why would that be suspicious? If she, wouldn't it be less suspicious if she ran away and hid? Like that seems like the most normal response if you think you're gonna fucking, I don't know.
They shake
I'm
their
not trying to like question your whole revolution thing y'all got going on here. I'm just saying like it just kind of makes sense to me that someone would run away and hide, but whatever. We're splitting hairs at this point.
The toy maker kind of like shakes their hands at you and they say, regardless, I will care for Ramona. Don't worry about her.
All right,
and then
I'll trust you on that.
And they say, tell me what happened with Pinky.
She wigged the absolute shit out. She lost her mind. I tried to calm her down. I tried to charm her to settle her down a little bit. She wouldn't settle down. She saw the symbol, touched it, freaked her out. She panicked, had a lot of green around the gills, started talking to herself, talking about, she was talking real fast, but was talking about like the eyes seeing all or something like that, and like Hecna and whatnot, and I just recount everything she said.
You see the toy maker nods. And their face moves to like kind of a serious like looking face. And you see that they hand you 25 red tickets. And they say, thank you.
Pleasure doing business.
You see that they say, if you survive long enough, we might have more to discuss in the future. But this is all for now.
I mean, to be clear, I should probably go after her, no? Like, we probably need to get that thing. She's part of this whole thing, right? She's part of your little revolution.
You see the toy maker, like, waves their hand, and they say, leave Pinky be.
What?
It is imperative that Pinky continue her work. And that is all I will say.
But what? But she's gonna die. She's gonna turn into a clown.
You see
that was the whole point of what we were doing here. I thought we were trying to stop the clown stuff.
You see that they shake their head and say their clown corruption is not in late stages yet. They still have time. Do not worry about the corruption. When it gets to that point, we will deal with it.
All right. I'm not gonna tell y'all how to do your jobs. So listen. Am I understanding this right though? Do we have some kind of revolution going on here? Some kind of underground gathering of like minds?
You see that Locke looks at the toy maker and the toy maker looks at Locke. And they both kind of like nod. And the toy maker says again, or signs again, if you live long enough, I will have more to tell you in the future. This is all I had for you for now.
All right.
But keep working with Locke and wait for correspondence from me. I will send word soon.
All right.
You see that they nod to you and they say, "You've done well, and I thank you." Most people in this place are not trustworthy. It is refreshing to perhaps find someone who could be.
Let me, just to be clear, everyone in this place, they're like, there's no way they actually like being here. right? They're brainwashed. Everyone keeps saying people love being here and whatnot. But I'm sorry, I simply do not accept that you can put hundreds of people in a place and not a single one of them wants to get out.
You see that?
It sounds like everyone's getting brainwashed, no?
You see that Locke laughs, and he's like, "Well, of course, most people here are, don't want to be here or brought here against their will. But
Okay.
don't be mistaken. There are people who came here because they wanted to be here."
Oh, for sure. You get upstarts in any crowd of people, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say probably the majority of people probably don't want to be here.
You see that he nods, and he's like, "That's mostly true, yeah."
Says, so again, obviously new guy here. It's only my second day, but there's a lot more of us than there are of the big guy, no?
You see the toy maker signs. Hecna could kill everyone in this place with a thought. Numbers do not
I'm
matter.
aware. I'm aware. Believe me, he scared some very powerful people, so clearly he's got some tricks up his sleeve. But what I'm getting at is maybe we need to expand our network more. Again, I'm not trying to tell you how to run your show, but the more people you have working toward a project, the quicker it's going to get done.
You see that the toy maker signs, "We are more than you know. You are new.
Okay.
And we are still learning to trust you."
Fair enough. Listen, if you guys got it under control, you got it under control. I'm just in the dock here. I just don't want people to be sitting here accepting their... Again, everyone here has been being like, "Oh, you're going to be here for fucking ever. You're never going to fucking get out of here." And it's like, all right, y'all, come on. There's got to be someone willing to fight, right?
You see Locke says, "We've all been here a long time, lad. We are trying our best."
Okay. So, okay, that's all I needed to hear. I just, it was kind of making me go bonkers that no one seemed to have any desire to leave.
He says, "Oh no, we be wanting to leave. Trust me."
Okay, that's all. I just needed to know that y'all weren't crazy, okay?
You see that he laughs. He says, "Well, the toy maker's got some work to do." And the toy maker kind of bows and says, "I shall send word when it is time." And they and Stefano disappear out the door. And you see Locke says, "But in the meantime, if you aren't going to be playing any games in the midway, if you need a way to earn, some more tickets, I've got a few jobs that need doing."
Sure. But also, wanted to ask something.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the fucking cost or whatever. He fucking, I don't know, throws a dagger on the table. Here, you can have that.
He goes, "Whoop."
He says, you said before that once Hecna lets you into the Dismadium, that he can't take it back.
Yes.
Do you know anything about how he gives, is it just he has to say you're allowed in? Or is there a spell he casts? How exactly does that part work?
You see, he says, "Well, it's kind of difficult because it's lots of different ways. He keeps people out of the Dismadium through the magical fog. Anyone he allows through the fog is allowed through.
Okay.
It could be, him saying you're welcome in, or him taking you there personally, or,
So it's like
something.
vampires. He has to invite you in. He specifically has to show he wants you to come in, and then you can come in.
You see, Kaz says that's not okay. Yeah.
What? That's That's what do you mean? That's how vampires work.
He says, yeah, all right, nothing. I didn't say anything.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Vampire expert over here trying to tell a monster hunter how vampires work.
He says, I'm sorry, I don't come for your brand. I'm not. You see,
You're not a vampire. What are you talking about?
He says, nah. You see, Locke is like, are you done? Locke says, there are a number of ways to be getting in. Though I will say, I believe what the toy maker is working on is a part of that is a way to get you in there. So, don't worry too much about trying to get in there on your own. It's, they're sort of working on it for you.
I mean, but if I can just trick him into letting me in, probably save you a lot of trouble, no?
You see, he says, it's better to let them do it. The toy maker's been here longer than all of us. Hecna created them to create the marionettes and run the rides and, you know, to make all of the creatures who will run his Revelia. But the toy maker, they just want to leave. They hate Hecna. And they want to live their own life with their creations free from his cruelty. They've been planning. What is in motion has been in motion for a long time. And it is best to let them see out their plans.
All right. It just seems like we're sitting on our hands when people we know are in mortal danger.
You see, he says, I know it's frustrating. Believe me, I've been here longer than I can count. And it ain't been nothing but frustrating. You think I don't want to leave right this very moment? You think I haven't been wanting to leave for the past 50, 100, 200 years? I would want nothing.
100?
I would want nothing more than to be rid of this place. But things
50, 100. You don't look a day over 100.
I mean, he does look like an old bird. You know, his feathers are
No,
gray.
I know. He's complimenting him.
And you see that he goes, don't be trying to sauce me up, boy. You're not getting a discount. He says, good things take time. Trust in the toy maker.
Says, all right. I just hope that we're not suffering from paralysis of decisions. Like, I hope that I'll do it your way for a little bit, okay?
You see, he says, it's not that we're waiting. It's that things are in motion behind the scenes. And they
Sure.
It won't be long. It shouldn't be long now.
All right.
Now that
I mean, again, like, that would really help me piece together what it is we're doing. But again, you're like, we can't trust him. Okay. Let me fucking, like, I don't know how I can make y'all trust me any more than being like, listen, I'm gonna kill Hecna. Okay. Like he does the illusion again. He's like, this guy, look, that head coming off. That's what's gonna happen. Oh, check this out. He like cuts off the arms and legs. He's like, I'm gonna do all this to him. I'm gonna cut him up into little cubes. Okay, like I'm gonna cut him up into cubes and serve him on an hors d'oeuvre platter. Okay.
you see, he says, people have said that before, and they've died. So.
Oh well. I haven't.
He says a couple of things. Firstly, have you heard? Did Stella tell you about the symbols?
No, but I picked up that it's some kind of message that y'all have for each other. It clearly meant something to Pinky, and I've seen them around the park, so I'm assuming, I don't know, it's some kind of underground railroad type situation. You got like symbols hidden where only people who are in the know what they mean, you know?
He nods. He says, over generations of resistance, the symbols have become an important navigational network for those trying to survive or escape from here. The Jamboree has the most symbols, but there are a few in the other places as well. The toy maker recognized the importance of the symbols, and they encouraged us to expand upon them and create the language that they are today. You do well to learn some of them, the important ones. And even...
I would love to.
And even you can make some yourself as well. Do you know what a cartouche is?
Do I know what a cartouche is?
Do you?
I don't know. Does Ailstain know?
I don't... If you don't know, I'm gonna say no. I mean, I guess you can take You can do an intelligence check.
Okay. I rolled the big die for this one. Yeah. Just an intelligence check, like flat intelligence?
Yeah.
Or is it like a specific skill, like history or something?
No, it's like just an intelligence.
Well then, no modifiers. I rolled a flat 18.
Nice. You see, you know that, with things like thieves' camps, cartouches are, you know it because you maybe, like, know a little bit of thieves' cant. In the way that it is written versus, like, spoken or, you know, otherwise conveyed. You know that cartouches are an oval frame that contain a collection of symbols that are separated from other individual symbols. They're used to indicate places or concepts by combining multiple symbols, allowing the small number of symbols to represent many things without each needing its own symbol. It's easier to explain in pictures, but I'll send you the list of symbols.
Okay.
So that you can see them. I don't have them immediately right now, but after this session, I will send them to you, and also some of the cartouches. But Locke spends some time going over them with you, and teaches you the ones that are, you know, the most important. He teaches you like Hekna. He teaches you like watching.
Hekna, derogatory.
He teaches you trap and like hidden and, you know, disguise, enemy, things like that. But then he also teaches you ones like toy maker, or security, or, you know, or like safe. So he teaches you the important ones, the ones that he deems the most important. And he says, the more that you see him around, the more I'm sure you'll learn, you'll pick it up. And it could be wise for you to leave some of your own. If you need to meet somewhere, you know, maybe send a paper with a symbol on it, you know?
What did the symbol that was on the thing mean?
You see that as he's going over them with you, you recognize the one from the disc you gave Pinky, and it says, remember.
So, like, are they magical in some way, too? Like, can it cause you to remember, or, like, she just thought to remember?
It seems like some of them can be magical in some way. It, like, if you infuse it with magic.
I see.
So, yes, so
they can also be, like, runes.
In a way. So, he goes over that with you. And then he says, well, there's still much to be done around here. So, if you have other things to do, I'd do them. But otherwise, I've got some work if you need tickets.
I mean, we still have the other job you gave us.
That's right. Yeah, right, yeah. Go be doing that. Also, just a tip, if you're looking...
He pulls out his little notebook. He says, right, you said specifically draw as much attention as possible from the security building.
You see that
burn
he
it
just
down if you
squints at
have to.
he just squints at you.
Says, I'm messing with you.
He says, I know. He says, and if you're looking for work beyond here, I heard Candy at the Candy Emporium. I hear she's looking for a delivery person for something. If you need a bit of extra tickets.
She part of the network?
No, but she's
Okay.
good for tickets as long as you don't say anything to her.
Okay, so like we don't trust her.
Nah, don't.
Look, is there like a name for this network? Can I like, is there like a name that I can just like have that like then like if, I don't know, I can just ask you like, are they part of blank? You know, like it just feels really obtuse for us to be like, can we trust them? Can we trust? We can just be like, are they part of this?
I mean, he says, I mean, we don't have a name.
Oh my God, you're running a whole operation and you don't have a name?
We're just trying to survive.
All right, that's not gonna do. Okay, guys, come on, we gotta brainstorm a name here. Ambrose, you said you like names. You got any names, Ambrose?
Ember says, I love names. I was kind of thinking for a name for our little group, but you want a name for like an entire network of like revolutionaries?
Yes, yes. Now you're seeing that you understand it because people listen. People love names. Listen, okay, I'm starting to see why the revolution hasn't picked up just yet. You're not giving people the hope and the inspiration. You're all just terrified and hiding in the shadow. You gotta have something to organize around. Let's see.
Revelers
We're all-
against Heckna.
That's a little too on the nose. You gotta have something that oh, it's poignant. What about the hecklers?
That sounds like
the-
that, you see that Locke says hecklers work for Heckna. That's actually a thing.
Oh fuck! He took the name. God damn it.
Well, it's his name. You've got to expect that he would.
Well, yeah, but like that would have been beautiful. Like the Heckna versus the hecklers, like we're heckling the clown. Like that would have been really poignant. We'll keep workshopping it.
All right. Well, like I said, he says, yeah, the people who run the food court, they can't be trusted, but their wares are fine, and you can take jobs for them, you know, if you need the money. Candy specifically, she well, after her and Bab's little breakup, they've been at each other's throats, per se. And honestly, all of them are kind of vying for Heckna's attention. I believe right now that that little worm Felix is Heckna's favorite right now, but he picks a favorite shop owner every couple of days, I suppose.
I thought the fucking dude that was gonna be his new laugh tenant was his favorite, or he just saying favorite.
Yeah,
shop
his favorite
owner.
shop owner. Scooter is going to be his new laugh tenant. Felix is just his favorite, like, shop owner.
Okay, so like he turns back to Ambrose and he's like, so I feel like everyone's been doubting me at weird points throughout this whole adventure here. I just want to point out that our friend here just told me that the guy that you said you didn't understand why I didn't trust just so happens to be Heckna's favorite shop owner. That's all I'm saying. I'm not
Amber
trying to draw
says-
any additional conclusions from this. I'm just saying.
You see, Amber
Maybe
says,
I know what I'm talking about sometimes.
I
you
never
know?
said we should trust him. I just said that his potions. I looked at the potions and the potions were fine.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I would rather shit out my own intestines than drink anything mixed by Felix. Okay.
That's crazy. You need help if you're doing that.
I
you
would
see
sooner jam a cactus up my anus and pull my fucking intestines out than drink a goddamn drop mixed by that little fucking bitch.
You see Locke says, well, the potions are, you know, It's not like they'll do anything bad to you unless it explicitly says it will, but he's a little rat bastard, so I wouldn't buy anything from him anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's the part that matters. He's a rat bastard. I knew it. I don't trust rat bastards.
You see, he says, if you're going to get anything from his shop, you should steal it. And that way, at least you're getting your money's worth. And by that, I mean everything there is worthless, I'm sorry.
Well, you're welcome to drink the potions if you want to, but I ain't drinking them.
He says, well, now I'm not going to.
Now I feel foolish.
Now I won't. But he says,
I'm just saying, sometimes the crazy urchin child maybe knows a thing or two about what he's saying. That's all I'm saying.
You see Locke kind of chuckles and is like, all right, well, I've given you a task already. You can stop by and see what Candy needs if you like. It's probably going to see Gertrude in the forest. She often has runners send her candy out there.
Oh, I meant to ask. So wait, sorry, you said I got so caught up in that whole fucking meltdown that I had right there. You said there was some kind of breakup between Candy and someone else. Like were they dating? What's going on?
Candy and Bab. They had a brief fling and then a falling out over who was Heckna's favorite, and now they're bitter enemies.
And they run a shop in the food court. Is that where they're at? What?
Candy's Candy Emporium and more, and Bab's Meatery.
Okay. Meatery? Like meat or mead?
Meat. She takes all of the offal of from Sophie's lab and sells it. I wouldn't recommend eating there.
Yeah, no, I have just learned about it, and I also wouldn't recommend it. What? Ew.
She deep fries a lot of it. It's not.
Have I mentioned I fucking hate this place? Like, can something not
Locke,
be gross?
You see Locke takes your hand and his clawed one. He says, "Welcome to the club, lad."
Says, God, can anything here be normal? Okay.
Unfortunately not.
One last question. I'm gonna need you to give me this one for free here, bud, because I desperately need to make sure that this is not true, because frankly, I'm not taking the job if it's true.
Okay.
Please tell me the underwear is unused.
He says, it's, as far as I know, it's unused.
I swear to God.
I didn't put it up there.
If someone has worn that underwear and we have to go touch it, I think
he says
I can guarantee you. He takes Locke's claw and he says, I need you to understand. If I find out that Heckna wore that underwear and I touch it, I need you to understand you won't have to worry about this revolution. Because I am going to strap bombs to my chest and hug Heckna and explode his ass.
My God. You see, Locke says, that's very dramatic of you, but do as you like.
Because I'm just saying, I refuse to live if I find out I touched Heckna's used underwear. I'm just putting that on the record. Like, I want all of you to understand. That's what we're getting ourselves into. That's what we're getting ourselves into. If I touch Heckna's used underwear, we're all dying.
You see, Neve says, I'm going to need you to calm down. It's getting very masculine, toxic energy in here, and you're suffocating. You're suffocating.
I'm sorry. He puts his hand on his shoulder. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm so sorry. Do you want to touch Heckna's underwear?
She says, you're manhandling me. Release me.
What? Okay. How is that? Okay. Do you want to touch Heckna's underwear?
No.
Exactly. There's nothing masculine about this.
Anyway. Are we done?
All right, it's decided. Neve gets to touch the underwear.
Mage hand. All right. Well, is that all that you have to ask?
Yeah. Let's go scope out the fucking place, I guess.
Okay. Actually, I think that we're gonna leave it for here. We're gonna leave it here tonight. I know normally we go to 9:30. But I am starving and I need to eat immediately. So we're gonna end a little early tonight. Next episode, we'll have more time to do our little missions and maybe hear from the toy maker about what the next steps are, about getting into the Dyspadium, or sort of what comes next. So tune in next week for Heist and little jobs and maybe a ghost in a forest who eats a bunch of candy and possibly underwear on a flagpole. If you like that,
again,
that's
if it's Hecna's used underwear, that might be the shortest campaign ever. I think
you're just gonna kill yourself.
I think Ailstein is going to suicide bomb Hecna if that happens.
Oh, awesome.